rain's just starting to come down, and there is a lone car travelling over the Brooklyn Bridge into Manhattan proper. Behind the wheel of that car is one Corporal Kane. Corporal Kane, if you would like to describe yourself as you quickly look up into the rearview mirror to check the traffic behind you in the haze of the downpour. What
Yeah,
would
of
we
course.
see if we were?
So you see, Corporal Kane is a man in his younger years, early 20s. Short shock brown of hair cut to military length, military regulations. Right now, he's currently out of uniform, just kind of in a black leather jacket, with a similar black shirt and pair of jeans. He's tired. He's driven for what feels like probably 7 or so hours now, almost, uh, with just cold black coffee and cigarettes to keep him awake. So he's got these kind of dark circles, kind of going against his kind of fair skin complexion. So, but yeah, he's just driving. At this point, he's been sitting in silence, but he decides to switch the radio on, try to hear something to break the just quiet noise.
Yeah, weirdly enough, for this time of the night, some New York DJ joker thought it would be fun to you hear the strains of the beginning of the chorus to Yellow Submarine by the Beatles.
I immediately turn it off. Fucking hate the Beatles. Uh, he just kind of continues on his drive, looking around, thinking back to the phone call that he got from his old commanding officer. Just kind of curious as to like what's going on, that he's being summoned so urgently out of the blue for this.
So Colonel Wright told you he would. He's staying. What's the big old hotel in Rockefeller Plaza? That's the expensive one.
Uh,
Uh,
I'll pull it up.
Circa 95. But the name's not really important. That's where he is. Um, got a fair amount away in his day, and yeah, he says he's at the hotel bar, the lobby bar, waiting for you with more details.
Yeah. Uh, so at this point, Corporal Kane is just ready to be done with his drive, and so he's just kind of speeding in the night, just going.
Yeah, and your vehicle enters Manhattan proper at that point. I mean, with it being New York, it still takes another like hour for you to get through New York traffic, and then you you roll into the underground car park of the hotel and head up in the lift to the lobby. Quiet this time of night. It's maybe 12:30, 1 a.m. at this point. You've been driving for most of the day, and you see the unmistakable kind of salt and pepper hair. You're used to him having a crew cut, and it's the one thing he kind of let go when he left, when he retired. The colonel. Everything else is the guy has clearly kept himself in shape and all that kind of thing. Yeah, the only thing he's kind of let go is the haircut, which he would confess to you regularly back in the day that he was never fond of the regulation haircut, but What can you do? The
So-
first thing he said he was going to do when he got out was let it grow out, because he always liked his hair a little longer as a teen. So yeah, you realise, although the haircut isn't immediately familiar to you, that's Colonel Wright, and he's propped up at the bar, nursing what looks like probably by the standards of this hotel, a very expensive whiskey.
I'm gonna just kind of call out to him, Thomas. Just kind of make my way over to the bar. Hey man, you alright? Like, you called so urgently. Like, I drove up here as soon as I could. Like, is everything alright? You look tired, man.
Thank you. It's Amanda.
What'd she get herself into now? She get in trouble with some boys? You need me to go, cause some trouble? Just keep it on the down low? Like, what's the deal, man?
What kind of relationship did you have with Amanda, Corporal Kane?
I sort of kind of knew Amanda. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like in the kind of
She would have lived on the base.
uncle.
So
Yeah. So she was I was kind of like the fun uncle for her, where she knew she could kind of rely on me, in order to kind of handle some of the trouble that she gets into. But for the most part, she knew I was more of her father's friend than her advocate. So, I kind of watched out for her when her dad was not available. So sort of like a second father figure almost to her, or like I said, an uncle.
yeah, well, she's missing. And suddenly the dark circles and the worried look on his face that you only ever saw one time before. That was right before a night raid, particularly faithful night raid back in the Gulf War. He's never looked as worried at any other time.
We'll be all right, Thomas. We're gonna find her, okay? Me and you, all right? Do you guys have any leads? Any idea where she was last at? Any last contacts?
FBI have. Oh God. He leans forward and kind of pinches the bridge of his nose and pushes the tumbler away. He's probably starting to sink in that he's maybe had one too many. And here. Someone used a card a couple of states over. The FBI chased it and it amounted to nothing. But that does mean FBI are involved, which is good, but
Do you know who the lead prosecutor is? Maybe I can kind of lean into them a bit.
They've got a team over at her building now looking at her stuff. Look, I'm sure they're perfectly capable investigators, but I'd rather have you on this one.
No, we watch out for our own. You know that, Thomas. You were there for me, I'm gonna be there for you, okay? I'm gonna find her. I guarantee you.
Alright,
Here, let me drive you
and
home, man.
he hands you...
We can talk about it on the way home.
Yeah, and he hands you a notebook with like as you'll probably read it later on, and there's like a short timeline of events not too dissimilar to what our other players have already been briefed of, but from his point of view, like the date she was last seen, and the date the card was used, which I have right here. One moment. It was around 10 days later. Card was used. I can post the exact dates for you up in the handouts momentarily. But yeah, it's. You can roll. I'm gonna say. Say intelligence times 5. That'll do for now. You can roll that for me.
Yeah.
Just as you initially take in all of the leads you've been given, and your first sort of impression washes over you.
Yeah. Oh gosh, where's my D10? There we are. He said intelligence times 5.
Yeah.
Where's up? That is 75. So I fail it. Damn.
So you look at what appears to be pretty just kind of blunt information you'd expect to read on like a missing persons case. She was last seen 4 days before she was reported missing on the 4th of June. It was her father that called it in. The best the authorities can guess so far is that she probably disappeared around the 1st of June. That when the police entered her building on the 4th, they found a baffling tableau, like weird, just stuffed junk and glued or taped to the walls with like sellotape and epoxy and all this other stuff, and it was just like there were like dentures, a 1940s wheelchair, like artificial limbs, dozens of shirts, shoes, briefcases, radios from all different decades, bits of jewellery, papers in like different languages, Spanish, Mandarin. There was a college economics report in Farsi. It was like pretty bizarre, and they were just glued with like the fast setting sort of cheap full bond epoxy, almost like encased and stuck on the walls.
Okay.
The 2 months late. It was 2 months later. Apologies, not 10 days later. 2 months later, on the 4th of August, Wright's credit cards was used in Patience, Maryland, to purchase a packet of old gold cigarettes, and that was when the FBI got involved, because possible kidnapping 2 months later, and it was in another state, but then it becomes a federal case. They sort of re-examined the tenants of the building at the time and came to the same dead ends that stopped the NYPD in their initial investigation. The employees at the gas station where Wright's credit card was used had no particular recollection of the transaction. They didn't recognise Amanda from the photographs that were shown. The signature on the receipt was in her name, but it was not her handwriting. The gas station didn't have a surveillance camera, but when the FBI followed up the credit cards, they just got a dead end lead. It appears to have been, someone found it and decided to see if they could try and use it. That would be a crime of coincidence rather than anything linked directly to this case. And that's it. It's the last piece of information that's that you glean from this book. Colonel Wright has booked you a room in this very nice hotel as a way of saying thank you for assisting him. It is one of the most expensive hotels in New York, so enjoy it while you can. And yeah, I mean, it's up to you. You can go. You could head to the building now if you really wanted to, or you could just turn in and try in the morning. It's up to you. What do you want to do, Corporal Kane?
Well, despite being fatigued from his long drive, he's now like in full kind of oh shit mode. So he's got no time to rest. He's gonna start following leads right now. So he's gonna head to Amanda's apartment himself and just kind of trespass and break and enter.
Okay. Given the two choices, Bryan has chosen to go down the more interesting route. All right. So you drive over to the address supplied, and you kind of pull up.
A block away actually from the apartment, and then walk the rest of the way. Getting out of the car, he opens up the trunk. In the trunk is going to be the typical kind of crowbar, kind of iron, for fixing tires and whatnot. And then he's going to pull out just a 1911 and just kind of holster that in like the belt loop. So he's real shady looking right now.
Yeah, it's like at this point it's like 1:45 in the morning.
Yeah. A man in all black just pulled up with a gun and a tire iron.
Well,
not suspicious at all.
You're the only shady looking character on the top. As you approach the building, another gentleman kind of stops, looks down at a pager, and then heads into the building just ahead of you.
Did I notice anything like just interesting about him at all, or?
Not anything crazy in particular, no.
But he headed into this
guy.
He headed into the same building as Amanda.
He headed into the McAllister building. That's correct.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna kind of follow him, kind of tucking away the tire iron in the seams of like kind of my jacket, kind of hiding it.
Okay.
And then just kind of make my way in there. And just, I guess I would kind of quietly follow him, just to not alert attention to myself.
All right. I mean, you step into the lobby, and just as you step into the lobby, you see him just going up the stairs that go up. He's just ascended, and he's about to they're kind of stairs that go up and double back on themselves. So he's just turned the corner at the very top to go up to the next story.
Right. Do I know if Amanda's room is on the second floor?
Amanda's room is on the ground floor.
It's on the ground floor? Okay. Well, he's not my priority right now, so I'm going to go into Amanda's room. Just kind of keeping an eye out of anybody that's watching me, and then just kind of ease my way into her room.
Well, you approach the room, but it is locked.
I'm going to take the tire iron. I'm going to jam it into the doorway and use it to break the lock.
Let's make that a... we'll just do strength times 5 for that. I think that's fair.
That's going to be a 55.
Which
I think that's a crit.
Yeah, it is a crit. I'm just checking that's a pass, because if it wasn't,
yes,
if it wasn't a pass, then that would be a crit fail.
That is the critical pass.
I'm gonna hit you in the eye with some wood splinters or something. All right. Yeah, you.
Splinter.
You slip the crowbar in, and with very little leverage having to be applied, you hit the sweet spot, and it's actually quite quiet. It's just a sort of a slight just, and then. It's about as quiet as you could probably get it using that kind of thing for entry, which is you sort of thank your lucky stars, because it could have been louder. And yeah, you slip into the room, which is as described in the report, although when you see it for the first time, you sort of realise the full extent of the madness that is on display here. A lot of the stuff mentioned in the report that Corporal Wright gave you, Colonel Wright, sorry, gave you, is now missing. You can put two and two together and surmise probably collected by the people investigating at the moment. There's still stuff epoxy to the walls though, if you wanted to take a look. I'll let you roll like a search. See if you can pull up anything.
I'll definitely do that. Search, good lord. That is, what's that? That is a 54. Okay, cool. So that is a pass for me. Just barely.
Okay. So you're trying to look for anything, and it's there's like random. There appears to be a lot here that's just random junk that probably wouldn't help you in your investigation. But as you're going through and sort of moving some stuff out of the way, you start to see there's almost like a pattern in the epoxy. You're like, wait a minute. And you kind of take a step back and you look at the wall. You move like a mannequin arm to one side, and you pull down this antenna to move this thing out of the way, and you move this bit of paper across, and all of a sudden you take a step back and you are looking at some sort of yellow symbol, and your brain starts to kind of squint a little. Can you make a sanity check for me, please?
God, nuts. Already. Come on, baby. That's a 71. That's a pass.
Okay. 1 second. Now you stare at this thing, and there's like a very no sanity loss, by the way. Well done. But there's a
Thank God.
there's like a very weird combination of like melancholy and anxiety, and then like paranoia
Alright,
at the same time.
I'm going to like look away and just try to find like a blank piece of paper that that I can just draw on and just try to recreate the symbol. Does the symbol look very familiar to what I've seen in the past?
No.
No? Okay, so it's something different. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna just kind of do a rough sketch of the symbol. And
I'll see if I'll hold my phone up, and I'll see if that's the symbol that you see.
okay, so a triangle with two other kind of arrowheads. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Entirely in yellow.
Okay. Yeah, so Kane does that.
But that, seeing this thing now, it's you kind of shake off that weird feeling it gave you, although it's still there, but it doesn't seem to be as oppressive now as when you first laid eyes on the sign. But you're definitely. It's like, when you look at someone presents like a magic eye painting or something, and you can't see what it is at first, and then the moment that you sort of allow your eyes to see the image, you now can't unsee it.
Right.
That's
yeah.
kind of what's happening here.
I'm gonna kind of search around the room for any other kind of hidden tidbits. Like, is there an electrical socket that's been like removed, or is there perhaps like a piece of the carpet lining that's been like recently ripped up or something?
There's no carpet. It's all been taken up.
It's all been taken up?
Yeah, it's just dirty lino.
Okay. Oh, so it's dirty lino. Okay, so the carpet has been removed recently, so there was something in the carpets then. Okay. Um, I guess I'm gonna like kind of search into the other rooms that haven't been too aggressively searched yet, and just start to do my own investigation of things.
Um, you can. I mean, it took you. I will say it took you a good. Because you crit, I'll say a short amount of time, but it is now like 3 a.m. It took you a good.
Mhm.
You were in there for a good 2 hours, just sort of looking through stuff before the sign became apparent to you.
Okay.
So, you know, searching isn't like an instantaneous thing here, where you know you roll
Right.
and then a minute later you find it. It's and if
Over
had you
time.
not crit, yeah, and just to get you, you know, and everyone should be aware of this. Is like searching takes time. When you succeed a search roll, it will take a set amount of time. You get a crit on that search roll. That not only will you probably find, you know, something a little bit extra, it will. I'll also reduce the amount of time that search probably took as well.
Okay.
So instead of taking 4 hours, that took 2. But it is now 3:30 a.m.
All right. Yeah, in that case, I'm just going to vacate the room, wondering how the hell am I going to fix the door in a manner that doesn't look like I just broke and entered, because I did just commit a crime. So, with that being said, I am going to vacate that room as quickly as possible, and I'm actually going to go try to find the back door and not leave through the front door where I came in through.
There's no back door to this building.
There is no back door. Oh, son of a gun. All right. Yeah, that shady dude, like, is still. I'm gonna go look at the shady guy. That I'm gonna go up the stairs, where that one man previously went up there too.
And you
something about it just is bugging me.
make a awareness. I think that's one awareness roll.
Alertness.
Alertness. That's the one.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make an alertness check for me.
That is a 2.
All right. So with a crit, how many dice rolls have you made so far? 3, and you've crit 2.
That's
Yeah.
lucky dice. They're both the white dice, so I'm keeping with these ones. They're holy.
With a crit, I will not only not only have you not heard anyone else in the building, you didn't hear in the entire time that you were in that room anyone come back down the stairs at all.
Yeah, something's up. Something's shady. This isn't a. Yeah, there is something off about it. So I'm gonna go up the stairs, and just start looking around, see if there's anything off in the area. Notice if I smell anything or hear anything out of place.
I mean, how high up are you going?
I guess the next floor up.
Okay. I mean, just that it's pretty much a mirror apartment like this one. You did. I'm gonna because you rolled quite well on the alertness, so I'm also gonna stay. As you came in, you clocked the there was a row of mailboxes, kind of on the right hand side. The only occupants that are still in the building are pretty much all on the floor.
Okay. Oh, really? So they're all on the ground floor, except so that gentleman.
And even not all of the apartments on the ground floor are occupied.
Okay, so he definitely went up there for something else. You know what? Actually, let me. What does the top floor hold? Is it just? It should be just more apartment complexes as well.
Oh, it's only 2 floors.
It is only 2 floors. Okay, yeah. So, I guess I'm just kind of. Yeah, I'm gonna go down hallways and start trying to open doors. I'm just gonna start jangling like doors and just kind of open them. But I'm gonna do this with my gun out now at this point.
I I mean, there's no, there's no response at all. Nothing. Yeah. Just quiet.
Oh,
You try a
nice.
bunch of them. There's no, you know, yells from the inside to stop making any noise or anything like that. There's no response.
Okay. So the doors that there's only how many doors on this floor right now?
Apartment. Number of. Let me get the blueprint. Now, there's about 8 on this floor, apartments, and then there's maybe 6 on the ground floor.
8 on this floor. Hmm. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the floor or to the. Can I kind of pick out and understand which room is above Amanda's room?
Yeah, that'd be pretty easy to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna clock that one, and
Yeah.
I'm going to. I'm gonna kind of do the same thing. Just kind of crack the door open with the tie iron again. Just kind of jam it in there and.
Yeah, because you already are like, there's no interesting thing that happens if you fail. So I'll just say that you do it. It's empty. It's just an empty apartment.
Just an empty apartment. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing interesting.
No.
Is there a window as well?
Yeah, looks out onto the street.
Just kind of. Hey, well, I guess I'll begin to just make my way out of the building then. If there's nothing else here.
Okay. Only other place I think is it's on the first floor. You looked on the second floor, and then there's roof access, but that's it.
Roof access.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head to the roof then. That's the last place that I can search. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm less inclined about the man now and just kind of wondering like if there's any more clues in the building about Amanda disappearance, just something in the general area. Perhaps somebody could have staked this out and planned this, or maybe there's something a little bit more sinister going on in this building. So
You head up the stairs, I should say. Sorry, towards the roof. Yeah, give me a moment. You take steps up and you open the door to the roof, swing it outwards, expecting cold night air to hit you in the face, and it doesn't. And instead you are looking out onto what appears to be the interior of some sort of smoking room.
Okay. I am very confused right now. But I guess when you're in Rome, he just kind of reaches for a cigarette from his jacket pocket, lights one up, and just begins to walk into the room.
And it's like a 50s smoking room. Well, probably earlier than that, maybe 1930s, 1940s, like.
Okay, so like real kind of flappers, jazz lounge kind of vibes. I like it.
What's more interesting are its occupants. He is dressed in kind of a plaid suit and what is very obviously a horrible wig, like a toupee. He's sat kind of in the corner with a tumbler of whiskey and a huge cigar. And as you enter the room, he kind of greets you, kind of this wide smile that doesn't quite reach his eyes. Hey, all the fucking visitors, how you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, just a little confused right now. I think I might be lost. Might have entered the wrong room here, but I'll have what you're having.
Join me. Just had a whiskey with the other fella.
The other fella.
Come and go.
Another shady gentleman, such as myself.
Oh, some art buff guy kept talking about himself in great detail, but he went off to speak to the superintendent.
Okay. What is this place? I could have swore I went up to the roof, and now I'm in a very clearly out of place right now.
He sort of narrows his eyes when you mention the roof and that kind of thing, and it was like, It's the smoking room. Look around me. Got everything you need right here.
Suppose you couldn't tell me where I could find an Amanda Wright then, could you?
Oh, that broad. Yeah, she took off with that fucking what? I don't like that asshole. What do he do for a living? He sold encyclopedias. That's it.
And wait, you saw her? You saw the person that she went with.
Yeah, she I live up on 7th floor of the hotel. Yeah, that right. She's a sweet kid. She's living with that creep of a salesman on 6th.
And do you know the name of the creep? I got some kind words with the fella.
No, I keep away from that sort. I don't like to fraternize with get hives around the fella. Ugh.
But you didn't hear what she called him? She didn't give a name? Nothing?
Amanda, she's a sweet kid, like I said. She lives up with him on the 6th floor.
Point me towards some directions. Then 6th floor, then.
Yeah, down the hall. And he just gestures off in like the direction. There's a bunch of like 2 or 3 different hallways that lead out of this room. And actually, can you make an alertness check for me, please?
That is going to be a failure. That is a 99.
Oh.
That's a critical fail. Do I choose to have you notice not enough or too much? I'm gonna go with too much.
Oh, there goes my sanity.
You realise when he gestures around and he mentions about the hallways, like you could have, with your training, like, and you just do it almost by default now. And sometimes you stop and wish you wouldn't, but it's one of those things that you sometimes take into civilian life when you're not on duty. Is whenever you enter a room, you're clocking the exits all the time. You only clocked 2 hallways out of this room when you came in, and now you look around, there's 4.
Well, sir,
or, I should say there were 4 at the start of this conversation, and then when this gentleman mentioned the hallways, there are now 3. Can you make a sanity check for me, please?
Absolutely. That is a 52. That is a success.
You take 1 sanity loss.
Oh. My
Could've
poor
been.
sanity.
Could have been 1d6.
It could have been. It could have been. Well, seeing as to how I tried to go to the roof for a smoke and ended up in a smoking lounge, I am clearly not too great with directions, sir. So how about you and I take that bottle of whiskey and maybe you can show me around? You can talk to me about this wonderful place that you seem so inclined to.
I don't like to leave the lounge too much. At
Please,
odds
sir,
with some of the occupants. Tell you what, Roger is due up here tomorrow. Come back tomorrow, and I'm sure Roger will be able to tell you all about it. He pays attention to that sort of shit.
Can you give me instructions on how I'd be able to get back here? Like I said, horrible with directions, obviously.
You just walk up the fucking stairs. He like gestures to the door that you came in with.
Fair enough. You want anything? Want me to bring something next time?
I got everything I need right here. It's Rourke, by the way. Mark Rourke. And he extends his hand.
Mark. Nice to meet you, Mark.
The
name's Kane.
Hey! Like, him what murdered his brother. No offense.
None taken. And Kane kind of just gets a very sour look on his face when that story is mentioned.
Anything else you want to do, Corporal?
I certainly want to get the hell out of there. Because I certainly have not had any drinks tonight. So the fact that 4 hallways became 3, I am immediately leaving the premises.
And you walk back through the rooftop door and head back to your vehicle outside. Then we're going to go ahead now and cut ahead to the morning, and I'm going to move on over to the rest of the agents as you rise for the morning, in your various hotel breakfasts, whether you had that in bed or in the cafeteria, is probably a reflection on both your character and nothing more than that. I won't judge. But once you're done, you agreed probably a mutual meeting time in the hotel lobby. You arrived there -1.
Did everybody sleep okay? Hey, someone's late.
No.
I mean, he
Yeah, you're right.
probably broke his curfew and did get a bit of it. Can you be arrested for that? I'm not actually sure.
I'm pretty sure that he shouldn't be breaking his curfew, but I'm not the parole officer, so... do you want to go check his room?
I mean, sure. He should turn up eventually.
Actually, I need to interject, just apologies to interrupt the RP there, but as the FBI officer on the missing persons case, you are technically his parole officer right now.
Oh, okay. What?
Oh.
Hell yeah, he can be arrested for that. Let's go get him.
I would follow. Let's go. I have a few more questions for
Well,
him
good
anyway.
thing he told us his exact room number and gave us a card to enter.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, I mean, we have to be able to keep track of him somehow.
Naturally.
He certainly did not, but you head up to the room and no, actually, if you're the agent in charge and he's doing this as part of his, then I would say Eliza, you probably do have a key to his room.
Yeah, I was going to
as is
ask
a
that.
parolee. So yeah, you head up to his room and you're all outside now.
She'll knock first. She's not that rude. Maybe he just overslept, so she'll just knock.
No answer.
Do you think he's still sleeping?
Probably. I would just knock harder than she did.
Still no answer.
I'm really not into invading people's privacy like that, but we have a schedule to keep, so I'm just gonna use this. And she swipes the key card onto the little door.
Little electronic light goes green, and you walk in. And
Hey,
to a incredibly messy but empty room. There are a couple of pizza cartons, beds in a state of disarray, some clothes draped over the chairs that are in the room, but no sign of him.
All right.
Oh boy.
Just page him. He's probably
Yeah.
running out to do something obnoxious with. Oh, if I had to guess, honestly.
Honestly, I think you're right. Or snooping
Yeah.
around. Either way. Shall I do the honors?
If you'd like to, I don't really mind. Here.
And I would take the pager from Eliza and I page him.
Yeah, page goes through with no problem. Wait a few minutes and there's no response.
Okay, if he did a runner, I'm gonna be in so much trouble, so I hope he didn't. Let's tell him to meet us at Amanda's apartment. Because we really have to have a look. We have to have another look there.
Right. On it.
I'm also going to get in touch with my boss and tell her that our convict has gone missing.
Okay, so you're gonna give her a call, yeah?
Yeah, I suppose.
You think that's a good
Okay, go
idea?
ahead and do that.
While she's doing that, I'm just gonna look around the room for essential things that he should have taken with him, like wallet, keys, that type of thing.
Search roll, please, and you roll that. I'll RP this with Eliza, and then we'll come back to your result. Go ahead. So you take out your 1995 flip phone.
Nokia.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you give your boss a call. It's like 2-3 rings, and she picks up. Oh, Eliza.
Good morning. That convict that was assigned to the case, I think his name was Broderick. He didn't meet us this morning, and we checked on him in his room, and he's not here.
That's. I've put him on several cases before, and I've not known him to be. He's usually cooperative.
Right. We tried to get in touch with him. Perhaps he'll be at Amanda's apartment. I was just being proactive and letting you know, just in case.
We'll put an APB out in him, but you continue with the investigation.
All right.
Missing girls is more important than a non-violent felon.
All right. Get some coffee, Beth. You sound tired.
Yeah, it's been a week.
Mm-hmm. Have a good day. And she hangs up.
Okay.
Okay.
And with that, I'm back to what was the result of the search roll there.
Sorry, I was muted. 20 and then a 0, which I think is just a 20.
It is, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
Which is
success.
probably under, yeah.
Actually, the 20 to 0, I think it's 30.
Yeah, there is wallet, phone, and keys. You can't find the sign of any of those things.
Phones at this point don't have like passcodes, so I'm gonna see if there were any calls last night.
Oh, no, there's no phone here. They're all wallet, phone, and keys are all gone.
Oh, I misheard you. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. You do notice that like everything else, like Eliza has the key card, so you're able to open like the room safe as well, and the room safe still has like important documents in it, because he has to have like parole papers that are signed and things like that. Those are all still in the safe. He needs to. His passport is also still in the safe. And that's something that needs to be presented alongside his parolee documents to get them signed off properly.
Well, Eliza, he can't really go anywhere without all this stuff, right? Unless he really
you're
did
right.
flee us.
You're right. Without those, I'm not really sure where he would have gone. And my boss says he's always been cooperative, so this seems to be out of character. I think we should still head to Amanda's apartment. Maybe he's already over there.
I think I want to check that room in the basement to see if he's not looking at those paintings again.
That's a good idea. Oh, if there's anything important in the basement that you can move, maybe confiscate it.
I'll make sure to. Do I also have my cameras with me that we took? The Polaroid cameras?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll.
That'll do as well. Pictures are fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you want to do now?
The apartment, I guess?
Suppose so.
Okay, so you will pile in through either one or various vehicles
Mm-hmm.
and head on over there. It's about 9:30 a.m. now. It's a pretty overcast day, particularly for coming towards the end of the year now, it's like August. And you head in to see the door to Amanda's apartment has the lock's been busted, it's been broken into.
I'm glad we took some of our evidence with us, because clearly someone's been looking around in our crime scene.
It looks like we have an expert lockpicker on our hands. And I gesture to the horrifically mangled door. I guess nobody really pays attention in this building.
You think it was the artist fellow, Manuel?
I mean, or it could have been our artist fellow.
That's also true.
Make an intelligence ×5 roll for me there, please, Jacob.
Oh boy, would I love to. Here, I got a 77, so we have to see what my intelligence ×5 is, because that's huge. What's 5 times 13? 65. So it's a fail, and it's a duplicate fail.
Oof.
Yeah, the guy's a thief. Well, yeah, he could have kicked this lock in. It was almost definitely him. You're sure of it. You didn't like the cut of his jib yesterday. You're like, ah, once a criminal, always a criminal.
I'm quite pleased that we did bring somebody known for maybe stealing or defacing and fraudulently producing art. I am glad we brought him into this investigation with a lot of occult art. I think we've done the right thing.
It wouldn't have been my first choice either, but he was assigned to us, so
I'm very surprised also that you are not legally required to stay in the same room as him. Given you're sort of the only thing keeping him from, I don't know, running away in the middle of the night. Something crazy like that.
Eliza doesn't really respond to that question. She pushes open the door. It's already unlocked anyway.
Okay, and you head into the room surrounded by that familiar epoxy, and you can now. So you've managed to plunder from the box of the evidence that was already gathered together by the previous investigation. You've gotten everything useful out of that box. So to continue to investigate, you now must be in this room, or however long that's going to take for you to find.
Okay.
I had made previous arrangements to meet the man again and meet. I believe the name was Roy, Mark and Roy.
Mark Rourke.
Mark Rourke, but the other man that he said would show me around.
Yes,
was
so
Roger.
And as you cross the lobby, you do hear noise coming from Amanda's apartment down the hall.
I'm going to kind of peek my head down the hallway and just kind of get a brief look to see who it is.
You can't see anyone, but Amanda's apartment door is open.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of investigate just to kind of look in real quick and just see who it is, and just kind of be like, okay, that's weird. There's some people poking around in there. I don't see who it is, but they obviously see my handiwork.
How do you approach?
I'm gonna just kind of quietly like come up to the door and knock on it and just be like, howdy, folks. Is there something I can help you with, or what's going on over here? Oh my God, look at the mess in here. What is this? Broke the door.
Hello. Sir, are you aware that you are impeding upon a federal investigation?
Well, sir, now that's a great observation. This is a crime scene? Where's the tape? There's none of the fancy dancy tape around here. What's going on with this?
The building was locked. How did you get in here?
Pardon, are you
locked, sir.
Are you a civilian? You shouldn't be on this floor, sir.
Sir, I live here. What you mean? I'm one of the neighbors.
Human in? Please.
Yeah, you roll a persuade check there, Kane.
Okay.
I live here is the sussest thing you could possibly say.
I rolled a 3.
You rolled a crit.
Okay. 21? Are you kidding me? I was about to crit.
Yeah, I mean, crit beats everything. I mean, the only number that's gonna beat a 2 is a 1.
It was a 3, but yeah.
Oh, it was a 3, yeah. A 2 or a 1 then. In any case, yeah, you crit. This man is lying, and you can tell, like, it was, what tipped it off was, like, when he stuck his head round the door, was the big, who could have made this mess? Like, you straight away went, no. Like, it was the face and tone of someone who knew what they would find when they walked into the room. That's what tips it off.
Right. And you're absolutely certain that you live here, sir, because lying to people who are conducting a federal investigation isn't what I would class as a good idea.
Now hear me out now, ma'am. Now, you real pretty fella. Listen to me now, okay?
Your accent is fake. Stop doing that.
You're fake, damn. Anyways, as I was saying, I personally don't live here. I am just spending the not with my friend. I'm in town for a short bit. But he's actually living up on one of the upper floors. The superintendent kind of cleared it with them. They have this thing going on, but I'm just, if you guys are police, then I'm not going to get in your way. I'm not going to interrupt your investigation. This thing's very important, so I'm gonna head out.
Floor. Which floor?
The second one. There's only 2 floors here.
Huh.
And then there's the roof access. I mean, if you want to follow me to the roof too, that's fine too. I was going to have a smoke there, but you care to join me for one?
Eliza's gonna look to the others. She's gonna be like, sort of gesture to the little map they have of the 3rd floor of this building. Do you think it's time for us to go have a look at this?
You know where to find me, so I'm just gonna go make my way up there. I'll see you all around. Goodbye. And I'm just gonna like hurriedly make my way up those stairs and immediately start like booking into the smoke lounge. Just as like one as I can, just power walking.
Are you gonna try and chase him or no?
I'm gonna follow quietly behind him.
Okay.
Yes, I will stay with Desmond then.
All right. So Desmond and Eliza are gonna stay here. Well, what are you doing, Desmond? Sorry.
Yeah, what the fuck just happened? There's nobody else is living here. The other dude was a husk.
Right.
The 3rd. What is the superintendent?
This?
That doesn't even mean anything. Like a school?
This guy is really suspicious. In fact, I'm almost certain he's the one who broke down the door, so I think...
All the better to follow him.
Didn't you already walk down the damn hall? Shut up. Get out of my head. Desmond is gonna reach sort of into his pocket. I do have a permit for this. And I pull out the very distinct looking Israeli manufactured Desert Eagle. I don't like that man, and I don't like that he seems to just run up to the 3rd floor,
right.
and out and beyond. You know, the Red X?
It's time for us to go investigate that then. Let's go.
You know what? You lead the way. I will...
Here, I'm sorry, I already forgot your character name, Brennan.
Remmy.
Remmy, that's right. Do I hear Remmy following behind me?
Were you intentionally trying to be quiet, Remmy?
Yep.
You make a stealth roll to do that then, versus Kane's alertness roll.
Let's see, where is stealth? Fun. Oh, I hate everything.
What'd you get?
My stealth is a 10, but I rolled an 11.
Oh no!
That's crit fail?
Yes!
No.
Crit fail? Okay, so it doesn't matter what I roll. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could get a crit fail as well, so... And you
I
could
did not roll a crit fail.
Okay. Yeah, you would have to get a crit fail of anything north of 11, really. But that's fine. So you, you'll kind of move along at a brisk pace towards the roof there, Corporal Kane, and you see one of the gentlemen that were in that room that was in Amanda's apartment is doing like clearly what he's seen in movies is stealth, like pushes his back to the wall and does like a forward roll across the corridor into another doorway, making way more noise than he would if he were to just walk. And it's up to you how you want to react, but you definitely notice this because it would be impossible not to.
I'm going to just kind of keep going up towards the 3rd floor and get myself up to the smoke lounge and enter it. just kind of wait near the door, waiting for Remmy.
Okay. Well, you briskly walk up, and as you take
I'm gonna ready myself.
that last staircase up to the roof access, you push the roof access door open out onto the roof. Roll a sanity check for me, please.
I'm gonna go crazy before. Okay, I passed that. Succeeded.
That's one sanity loss there, please.
Nuts.
As you kind of push the door open, wait, what? And there's like early morning sky and the very familiar New York skyline.
I'm gonna be confused as hell. But I am just going to kind of hide behind the door, so that way when it opens and Remmy kind of falls through to it, I can attack him from behind. And I'm going to essentially grapple him, and just kind of very gently knock him out.
The party is getting along so well already.
Don't you know it?
I would. So he wasn't that far behind you when you went, and by the time Remy's finished combat rolling up the stairs to burst through the door, it's not too. Yeah, yeah. Like he's playing Bloodborne, just dodging. But he's not because of when you burst through the door, the roof door there, Corporal Kane. It took you a minute to get your bearings to look around, so you didn't have probably what you were asking to do would probably take too much time in the time that it took to sort of gather yourself together and realise there's no smoking room here. And then so you do, Remmy, you get to the top of the stairs in time to see Corporal Kane like looking at the sky, like what the, and then he like turns and heads behind the door.
Are you alright?
You know, not really. It's been a very long night. I'm going to just drop the accent at this point. I'm just flabbergasted. You know what? It's been a very long night. I barely got any sleep. And to be honest, I'm just very confused right now with the chain of events that have happened between yesterday and today, and I'm very fed up with it already, and I've just started my day.
What exactly happened last night? And how long ago was last night for you?
Okay, you're actually FBI, right? You're a real legal person, you have legal protection and whatnot.
Yes.
Okay, cool, great. I'm not going to harm you. I was thinking about it. I'm not going to. That seems like a horrible idea.
I appreciate the sentiment.
I'm here on behalf of the Colonel, Amanda's father.
Ah.
He asked me to come down and just take a look around. I've helped him in the past before, and he's helped me in the past, and I owe him my life, and Amanda is like a niece to me. So sorry for the mess downstairs. I will openly admit to that one. But if you could just you seem like the real friendly fella. If you could just let this slide by, and maybe we can kind of work in tandem on this, because I can do the things that you guys won't be able to do legally.
That actually sounds like a good idea. I mean, what can you offer in terms of help?
I'm going to kind of pull out this symbol, the yellow symbol that kind of doodled. Do you recognize what this means?
Remmy, can you make a sanity check when you see it for me, please?
Yes, I can. Sanity.
Do I visibly notice his discomfort as well?
I'll tell you in a minute.
So my sanity is 70, and I rolled a 95.
It's a crit fail. So that is. Oh, that's the full amount.
Mm-hmm.
Yeehaw!
It's already beginning.
Okay, so you show him the son, and you see his eyes widen. Remmy, I'm going to need you to take as 4 sanity for the crit fail, and you are compelled
Yep.
to show this to as many people as possible.
Can
You notice sort of the flicker in his eyes, almost, Corporal, as he sees it. It's not recognition; it's like fascination. Like, you know, the first time you walk into the Louvre, and like perhaps someone who particularly loves art, and their eyes land on the Mona Lisa in person for the first time. That kind of, I'm really seeing it. Like, that's the sort of impression you get from it. Take it away.
can I keep that?
No. I can make a print of it for you, a copy for sure. But I'm just gonna hold on to this one for right now, if that's alright with you.
And you see Remmy kind of sort of like look around and panic and just go through his bag, and he takes out his a brown leather book and flips to a random page. He just holds it still. And he takes out a pencil.
Okay.
And he sketches it in the book and promptly just shuts it. He just puts it away.
So, you don't have any idea what that is, then what?
Could I make a handler? Can I make a check? See if I know what it is.
Make
Maybe
make an
history?
occult roll for me there, please, Remmy.
This holy shit! I swear. Out of a fucking 80, I rolled an 88.
Out again.
It knows. The game knows.
Yeah, there's references to this thing. You were never sure what it looked like before, but because you'd never seen the symbol, but it seems to fit the sort of description of several instances through history where surrounded by incidences of mass hysteria, one in Paris in the 1920s, just before the turn of the century, and then one again, there was a broadcast that was attempted in the 50s that caused incidents of mass hysteria and was promptly shut down, and this symbol was kind of associated with a lot of sort of the commercial aspect of those, like advertising and that kind of thing.
I don't know exactly, but there are several events in history where this was purported to have been somewhere. I can't remember.
I'm gonna pocket this symbol away and just be like, well, I found it in the epoxy itself in Amanda's room was in this pattern.
I immediately take off as he says that.
Remmy. Damn, I really could use that whiskey right now, Mark. I would just kind of follow after Remmy.
Okay, and Remmy, presumably you're heading back down to Amanda's room, which is where
At
both
Mach
Desmond
speed.
and Eliza are
Yep.
waiting. Desmond, Eliza, were you doing anything that would fit into the time frame of maybe about 10 minutes, 15 minutes when I've gone?
Yeah, I would have been checking the room to see what this mysterious, vocally wavering man has done to this room. 'Cause I know he literally broke in here, so I know he did some screwy shit in here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that'll be part of a search roll that will take a bit longer, that's fine. So I can say that's part of the 15 minutes. So what about you there, Eliza?
I was going to say I would be happy to assist with that one.
Okay, so you begin your search of the room. At that point, Remmy and this newcomer return. from wherever it is they
Remmy,
went to.
hold on a second, man. Oh, damn.
Oh.
Oh, nerd, you can run. Damn.
Sorry.
Oh, God.
I was just excited.
Yeah. Oh.
The accent was fake then.
Yeah, you think? Oh, God. Okay. Anyways, we can. I'll explain myself to you later. Remmy, slow down a second, man. It's right there. The symbol is right there.
Do you...
And I just kind of point towards the epoxy that is exposed.
It was here all along.
You're muted. Brennan.
It was here, and Remmy just kind of slowly pans over, and...
All right. And are you like, you're pointing this out to them then, like drawing attention to the pattern in the epoxy that you saw?
Remy, are you okay?
Just be careful looking at the symbol.
Fantastic.
If you're pointing it out, it's a bit late for that.
Very noticeably, Remy, or not Remy, forgot my own damn name. Desmond does in fact have his gun out, and is just sort of watching everything happen.
And
Remy, are you all right? You're looking a
as
little bit.
Corporal Kane brings attention to, begins to move the same pattern of bits of paper. He pushes them just so at arms of mannequins that are hanging off the wall, moves them out of the way so they're just right. You all, the rest of you I should say, see that same symbol, and I need Corporal Kane, Eliza, and Desmond to all make a sanity check for me, please.
Woof.
Yeah.
76, I pass.
Okay.
39, I pass.
Okay.
27. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, it's 0 for all of you. But you see this bizarre yellow symbol on the wall.
Yeah, I had a very similar reaction when I first saw it too.
Makes my head hurt. Oh my gosh.
Are you all alright?
I don't know. Remmy, how is this not like hurting you to look at right now, man?
I don't know. It's actually kind of fascinating. He took out a Polaroid camera and just...
You know...
with a picture
Okay, you've gotten your picture. I'm gonna remove some of this stuff down.
The way it was. Oh my gosh.
Do you think that guy next door has seen this?
You know what? Let's not involve civilians more than we have to. Maybe we can file that into evidence for now. We can use it later.
I don't know if that's the best idea right now. It seems that we all have different reactions to this symbol. I don't think it's a good idea to expose others to it. Just from an outside perspective, probably not the best idea.
No. We shouldn't have seen this. Last time I felt this way, I remember being alone for a very long time.
You are alone?
You guys...
Desmond smiles a little bit. Don't look very trustworthy.
You look suspicious holding a Desert Eagle as well, sir. That is not FBI standard. But seeing as we both seem to be shady characters here, 2 wrongs make a right. So I'm just gonna say that we'll have like a nice little professional share some information here or there, and then we can both go on our merry ways. Yeah?
I'd actually like to know who you are and who you're working with. I'm assuming at this point that you're not a civilian. So
Oh no, he's not.
Uh,
From
right.
what I can remember.
Corporal Kane, with U.S. Army. I am here on behest of Amanda's father.
Ah, yes, that's right.
I see.
He and I we served together. He was my commanding officer, and he asked me to just look around for Amanda. So my investigation led me here. I found this sign, and I stumbled across the smokers' lounge. On the 3rd floor. I don't quite understand it myself, but
Right. I'm Agent Eliza Bishop. I'm with the FBI. Did that lounge look anything like this? And she's gonna show him the map of the 3rd floor.
ma'am, those lines mean nothing to me when I noticed that 4 hallways became 3 last night. Now, I'm used to sleep deprivation, so I know I was in the right state of mind, but I just tried to go up there and the floor wasn't there. It was just the empty rooftop. So, whether it's a time thing, no, this doesn't even make sense. Okay, where this isn't, the Chronicles of Narnia, where we go through the magic wardrobe and suddenly we're in a fairy tale land, alright? And we got these bullshit symbols that caused me a goddamn migraine, and we got fucking Lulu Eyes over here being entirely too fascinated with this, which, by the way, you need to stop that. That's creepy. But I'm just trying to make some goddamn sense around here.
What? Tell me, when did you find this so-called other floor?
It was, oh god, like 3 o'clock in the morning. After I investigated the room, I noticed a gentleman had gone up the stairs.
A gentleman?
He was just kind of... I didn't get a good look at the dude. He looked shady. I mean, anybody that was hanging around here at 1 o'clock in the morning looked shady. But he was looking at his pager, and... Huh?
I physically described the man that we have lost, and I want to see if it matches up with the description of what he saw.
It does fit. I'll interject here and say it does fit the description when you hear it.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you say that, yeah, he didn't come down the stairs last night though. I didn't hear his footsteps. No, he went into the lounge and then he never came back. There was another gentleman there too, Mark Rolk. He gave me a clue about Amanda.
Did he now?
He
Sorry,
said
there was a gentleman on the roof in the mind lounge.
the smoke lounge. Yeah, it was like this weird, like 1920s, 30s, like flappers smoke lounge. Like, look.
And you said it was 3 a.m. when you were up there?
It was well past midnight into the early hours of the morning.
Should we...
Look. How about this? Let's gather up some evidence, go get a cup of coffee, and try to just sort out some of the details amongst ourselves. I don't have everything, and clearly you guys don't have my experience from last night. So maybe we can put 2 and 2 together and try to make something out of it.
Sounds... Desmond? Eliza?
Right, I mean,
Or
I
a
suppose
beer, 'cause
you're in this
Jesus Christ.
investigation, whether we want you here or not. So I think it would be better that we work together then.
Eliza,
Look,
can
I'll
I
give
see your
you
map
all
for
the
me?
recognition. You guys can have all the recognition on this case, profile, whatever. You don't have to use my name or anything like that. You don't have to mark me as somebody officially on the case. Okay? It'd be best off if we don't do that. Okay? I'm not legally supposed to be here in the first place. So the less hands I have on, or the less paper trails I have here, the better off you guys are. Okay?
I suppose fair is fair.
Legally, none of us are here. There's just a very standard and official FBI investigation. And I smile a bit.
Yeah, I really don't like you.
Who?
You are
you-
very creepy.
Could you explain maybe why Remmy went upstairs for approximately 10 minutes and now I don't think I've seen him blink since he started looking at that thing on the wall.
Yeah, God, that is so creepy.
Yes, Rumi he's like just looking at it. But you've covered it up, but he's looking at the space.
Hey,
Move
we're gonna go get some coffee and we're going to talk. And she kind of sort of like gently pushing Remmy towards the door.
But
I
okay.
think it's time we get out of here. Remy might be going a little bit stir crazy. We have been in this room for a while. Maybe it's time for a break.
But I wasn't done.
You were done. You're done.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to go.
Fine.
Remy,
know-
you wanted
Oh.
to investigate downstairs as well, right? The basement, the weird art room thing?
I'd completely forgotten. Yes.
Mm-hmm. We can do that after we get something to drink.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds
because I don't
great.
know about you guys, but I had a late night last night, so I avoided breakfast, so I am completely just famished right now.
And you did say you were out past midnight. I'll make a note of that.
Please don't make notes about me. You... God, move your eyes!
I've blinked like
Blink.
once so far.
Sir, that's... Okay, I'm just gonna walk out and just make... There's a coffee shop around the corner. I'll meet you guys there. It's dingy as hell. Okay, you'll know when you see it. And I'm just gonna kind of make my way to this weird kind of coffee bodega where
Nice.
they got a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll for like...
Do you know where we
$3.50.
are? Dingy, shitty coffee shop does not narrow it down in the slightest.
I'll say there's one across the street from the thing for the ease of narrative here. Remy, I did forget to say, due to your exposure to you need to also mark off one of your boxes towards adapted to helplessness.
Oh, scheiße. I forgot.
First one.
I love
First
getting
one.
poke points.
I love coping. Oh.
And yeah, if you all want to congregate across the street in the bodega on the corner to get food and converse, we'll let you go ahead and do that now.
Cool. There's a cat.
Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of explain to them my experience in the smoke lounge, with Mark Roke, and give them the information about how Amanda is with a man called the Encyclopedia Seller, like this guy that sells encyclopedias, and he lives on the 6th floor.
A man who sells
Eliza will
encyclopedias.
write this down.
Yeah, just everything about it just seemed, well, clearly off. I mean, there's no 6th floor in a 2-story building. There's... The guy looked like he came straight out of The Great Gatsby, for God's sake. I mean...
That's
I don't
odd.
know.
I can...
What was he wearing?
3-piece kind of like suit, just What does it matter? Wouldn't you want the more like physical characteristics description of him? Isn't that a better?
Well, due to the
You have
mysterious nature of
that.
things, I'm
I-
just curious.
Okay. Well, that's fair. He was very classy. He looked cleaned up. Just kind of give him a brief description of Mark Rolk and his physical characteristics.
His plaid suit and his shitty toupee.
Got
Yeah.
it. Got
Gosh,
it.
I forgot about the shitty toupee. Shit, I'm gonna note that.
You have the
Awesome.
physical description and the name. Perhaps I can ask my colleagues to have a look and see if we have anything in our database about him.
And how did you get to this place?
Man, I just walked up the stairs, opened the door to the roof, and instead of the roof, I walk into a smoke lounge. I mean, there's no other way to.
Do we have a map of the
Describe
building?
Yeah, she tried to show me it, but I couldn't make any sense of it.
Eliza,
I mean-
map? Do you have it?
Yeah, here you go. Eliza opens sort of like this manila folder that I guess she's been carrying in her purse, puts it on the table. In it, there's the third floor map.
Yeah, you see a hand-drawn map of the building on like butcher's block paper.
Mm-hmm.
That has a big red X on the roof door, where it says night floors written on it.
Actually, if we assume that this door is the entrance, the red X mark, then those two hallways would make sense. And that hallway too, but I didn't get a chance to go down them. I mean, I don't think anybody in their sane mind would be going down empty hallways at 3 in the morning in a smoke lounge that doesn't exist.
And yet here you are.
Indeed, says the man who spoke to us in a fake accent, nonchalantly leaning on the door like it was a
Okay,
sitcom.
listen, I don't need your sass. Look, I didn't know who you guys were, and I didn't know if I was going to be arrested on the spot, so I tried to bullshit my way. Clearly, it didn't work. So, how about we kind of brush past the horrible Southern accent, please? My cousin Cletus would beat my ass if he ever heard me try to mimic him again.
Interesting.
Mark did say that if I came back today or tomorrow, he could show me where Amanda went and where the encyclopedia seller lives.
Why would you sell encyclopedias?
We could
I-
do that. There was also mentions of a hotel here that we should probably be looking into called Hotel Broadalbane.
A hotel?
Mm-hmm.
I don't recognize the name at all, do I? Handler?
No.
No, okay.
And you said Broad Albin?
I don't know.
Make an intelligence ×5 roll, Corporal.
What do I got speeds here? That is a fail. It's an 83, so.
No worries, continue.
All right.
Yeah, no. Mark might, the gentleman that I talked to, the shitty toupee gentleman, maybe he's got some information for you guys. Would you guys like to come with me? When, obviously you guys are going to go regardless, but maybe we could go as a group. and try to sort this stuff out.
I mean,
Yeah.
wherever there's a mystery, I'd like to go, certainly. Maybe I can find more things like you showed me today.
Desmond, do you have... You said you felt familiar with the symbol before. Like, do you have any idea?
No. I said
What it
I was
could mean?
familiar with the sense of dread that it gave me.
Very ominous. Wow, you are mysterious, aren't you, bud? Okay, cool.
I shrug and take a sip from my straight espresso cup.
Oof.
Okay. Yeah, all right, well, if you guys don't have any other information for me that could maybe help, I can maybe find some other leads, perhaps, for you guys. I mean, I got some friends in the city, and I know this might interfere with the investigation, but I could bring something up to the colonel and see if that clicks. Maybe he forgotten some details when you guys last interviewed him, or maybe there were just some puzzle pieces that were missing for him.
You're not going to tell him what's going on.
I'm not going to tell him about the smoke lounge and the other crazy shit. I'd prefer to keep him away from that. I just want to find leads on Amanda's whereabouts. This other stuff, this encyclopedia seller man, this smoke lounge, this hotel, this yellow symbol, that's all you guys. I like to stay in the world of reality where real things happen. Please and thank you. You guys can deal with the crazy cult folk. I've had enough of them, so I'm good. I'm good.
Cult folk? I suppose.
I mean, who else is going to write crazy symbols on walls with mannequin body parts and kidnap people?
And artist
I
of
mean-
sorts, but I understand.
Yeah. So, you guys, is there any other new information that you guys like mentioned a neighbor or something like that too? Like, I didn't have any information. You didn't.
What was his name? He was
Yeah.
Thomas Manuel.
Didn't
Thomas
seem
Manuel?
to.
Apparently he's a famous painter. Some weird paintings, actually.
In his apartment, we confiscated some tapes. It seems like he was invading Amanda's privacy and recording her room, but there was nothing on the tapes. It was just silence and footsteps.
Kane
He
definitely
also
like
had a
stiffens
play.
at the thought of that, of like somebody kind of just recording Amanda.
So that means she must have never spoke, if it's only silence and footsteps. Maybe she knew she was being recorded.
There's also this. Eliza will put the medallion on the table, and we also confiscated these. And she puts the sort of typed pages on the table that we got from the plant pot.
Remy's eyes lock onto the pendant on the table.
Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of pick up the pendant and take a look at it, and I'm gonna pull the drawing of the symbol out again too, and just see if there's any similarities.
As he goes to pull it out, I'm gonna slap my hand on it and like push it down to the table.
Aww.
You're gonna whip out the symbol that made us all freak out just in a public coffee shop. You have no idea at all.
I think the
What's
public
happening?
deserves to see it at some point.
You're being weird. Shut up.
So look, how about I'll just go into the.
Just a moment. Yes. Agent Desmond, get this under control.
Clearly, we're not gonna find answers unless we go down the rabbit hole.
I'd very much like to go down the rabbit hole.
So, I managed to do this at 1 in the morning by my 3 in the morning by myself and managed to hold on just fine. So I don't know about you, FBI agent man Desmond, but I've probably seen a lot more shit than you have. So,
That's
Can I look
And I
around and see if
trust
anyone's
that-
listening to us? Handler?
Say that again, Remy. Sorry.
Can I look around to see if anyone's paying attention to us?
There's like, other than the person behind the counter, there's like a kindly older boiler like sitting in the corner enjoying a muffin. Other than that, no. This is.
Okay.
You look out the window now and you can see rain has begun to rattle across the front window of the bodega.
So, look. I can take a quick look at the medallion and the symbol, see if something clicks, and you can put that little tool in your little waistband to use if something goes sideways. Sound like a good deal?
I'll tell you what. If you want to do something with that symbol and the medallion, we're gonna do it in Amanda's room. And if you want to go down the rabbit hole, you and me and these two are gonna go up to the 3rd floor
Finally.
as soon as it's night, and we're gonna leave before morning.
What
And if
we
I
do?
see you, try to call or send a message out to anyone.
Look, man, I'm too broke to have one of those fancy dancy Nokia phones right now. Okay? I can barely afford rent. Alright, the government doesn't pay me jack. So, look. Yeah. Whatever. Location doesn't matter as long as it gets done, right? And we're already going to be heading that direction anyways. So, it all works out. So,
I've not moved my hand from the paper, and I'm going to pull it away.
no, sir. The paper is mine. The paper stays with me. You guys have a copy with Crazy over there. It's
Remy,
in his
like-
little leather notebook.
Remy like takes
You
this
hear-
satchel and just.
You would hear a click under the table.
You hear a click under the table as well.
Eliza just has her head like in her hands. She's like,
Sir,
We-
this ain't Star Wars, alright? Like, you ain't on Solo, so cool it down a bit, yeah?
Fucking out yet.
You ain't the only one. Yes, it is. 1995.
Yeah, it's
The
95.
original trilogy came out long before. Yeah.
1977, the first Star Wars movie.
Jesus.
You're good.
Big fan.
Time's wild.
So,
This doesn't seem. How about we calm down a bit, perhaps?
right. I agree with Remy. Too soon for this.
I think it's a little bit too late for me to be speaking this way. Should have done it earlier.
well, you know what? Well, here we are now. Would you look at that? Should have pulled the gun a little bit faster there, bud.
I mean, I have a weapon too, but you're supposed to be pulling it out under
You
the
have
table.
your copy. I have my copy. Look, I'm staying at the hotel near the Rockefeller Center. You know where I live. You know that I'm in contact with Thomas Wright. That should be enough for you. You should be able to get the rest of my details through the FBI by doing a simple background check on me. So, you can probably check to see that I ain't no snitch. I have a tight lip, alright? But this is staying with me for now.
Well, then in that case, I suppose you're staying with me. So, if everybody's finished the half-calves, I don't think I would like to be speaking in public anymore.
No. I
Go.
like this bodega. I'd hate to see a bullet hole in it. More bullet holes, actually. You know, there's running with the Hell's Angels here like a couple years back. Yeah, that was real nasty.
Eliza will
Okay.
put some money on the table, collect the evidence, medallion, third floor map, close it up in the folder, put it back in her purse, and just stand up.
So, Remy, pleasure to meet you both. Desmond, it seems like you're rolling with me, so we can take my car out. Yeah?
Where are you headed to now?
I guess I'm gonna head back to my hotel bar. What time is it at this point of the day?
10 a.m.
Yeah, I'm heading to the hotel bar.
Did you ask what time it was?
They should be opening in about 2 hours or so, so I'm gonna get a drink.
Desmond,
Go.
I think we have a couple more places to investigate.
Yeah, you want to take Mr. Ocular Focus over here and go maybe direct his eyes towards that hotel you're supposed to check out.
Yeah, I can do that.
Eliza, you're an actual, like, FBI agent, right?
Yes.
Okay, you're packing?
She looks into her purse. She's like, yep.
Okay, cool. You had a gun too. Shit, I was out gun. Damn, I thought it was okay.
You
Wow, I
heard
really walked into it.
FBI and didn't think guns.
Well, you know, some FBI agents are, despite being field cleared, they are only there for investigation purposes, and so they don't actually have to carry guns all the time. In fact, some of them did not pass the regulations for the guns, so, you know, not everybody carries a gun. Come on, this is America. You have that right.
And we
Well,
also
don't
have
worry,
our
I
right
passed
to-
all of my regulations, and I have all of my licenses.
Oh, cool, you're competent. That's nice to know.
All right.
Sorry, sorry. Didn't mean to be rude. It's
Uh-huh.
just
Everyone's just on edge.
3 months of this girl missing, and I'm just now finding about it today.
Month? Wait. Sorry. We've only had this case for a week. I was told it was an urgent missing person.
She's been missing since June.
The last day I heard she was seen in my notes was June 5th.
Right, and then 2 months after her card was used.
Huh.
That's new information to you, Eliza.
Yeah. Eliza's like, right, well, I guess they don't tell me everything then. Could you elaborate on that?
I thought you would have more information on that. They would...
I only have...
Thomas was told that Eliza's card was used at some gas station in another state. This was about 2 months after her reported disappearance. And the FBI told, or sorry, the FBI told Thomas that was a dead end and that they would be taking over the case, though. That was when he first heard of the FBI's involvement and that this was a more serious matter than he initially thought.
I lean close to Eliza. Do you think maybe the FBI that contacted him was us and not the FBI? And lied to him to get him here?
Sorry, quick. Mark? Okay, I just get to react to this. Cool. Okay.
What are we whispering
idea.
about over here?
Yeah, you have no idea.
Eliza just blinks a couple times and. So. You were saying that somebody was impersonating the FBI to a member of the military.
I think there was some impersonation left at some level. I mean, the person that used the card signed it under Eliza's name, but there was no
I'm Eliza. We're looking
details.
for Amanda.
Oh, sorry, Amanda. Sorry, brain fart. Signed it under Amanda's name. At the gas station when she was signing the receipt. But it wasn't her handwriting. Thomas told me nothing about any suspicion that whoever called him would not be FBI. I mean, clearly the FBI is handling this investigation, so that part's right, but I'm just as confused as you are. I don't have all the details. I think that's a little bit more investigation on your part, ma'am.
No, you're right. Looks like none of us are getting any sleep tonight, then. Right, Remmy and I are gonna go look at that hotel. Desmond, I'm leaving this up to your discretion.
Miss Eliza, are there any reports or anything like that that need some translation? I can help with a little bit of Farsi and Arabic, or maybe some other like
No,
codes or
actually-
languages or anything like that that can kind of help with.
Here,
It's
She'll hand
take
him-
me some time. I'm a little rusty with my Arabic, but me and Desmond can just look over this over in Amanda's room while you guys investigate the other locations, and then we can meet you guys back up over at the complex.
It's worthy to note that there's probably still more to find in Amanda's room as well. You've not fully gone over it.
That's my plan. He is not making it to the bar. We're gonna go look at him.
right, we do have some documents that are in Arabic. Here you go. I leave this up to your discretion then.
That's Arabic. That's Farsi. I can read that. That's an entirely different dialect for Arabic. All right, cool. Okay, yeah, I'll handle this somehow. So
Right.
I'll try to get back to you with the translation.
Any important names, write them down. I'll have the FBI run a check on basically everybody who touches this case at all.
What is it that you're handing Corporal Kane there, Eliza?
It was the documents that were in Arabic. Oh, I don't think I wrote down what they actually were, though.
Because I don't recall giving you anything that was specifically written in Arabic.
I remember you gave
had
Liza
something
the
in
economic
Farsi.
school report in Farsi.
Yeah.
That was part of the random stuff that's been epoxied to the wall.
Gotcha.
But it was just a
Oh,
random
okay,
report.
never mind.
It wasn't. They couldn't link it directly to the case, or it didn't seem.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's a lot
Nope,
of.
you're
That's
fine.
why.
That was me too.
That's okay. I understand. I'll clarify it. There's a lot of just random stuff, which is why you're having to search, because not everything that's epoxied to the wall seems relevant or linked.
Mm.
So you're kind of like cross-referencing bits with other bits that you find. And when you do find something that kind of makes sense along with what you already know, that's what's you're pulling out that's evident to you.
Okay.
Then I guess I won't give Kane anything.
Look my way down to
I suppose, Desmond, Kane, there's probably more to see in Amanda's room.
I'd like to also see.
I'm sure there is. Yeah, it looks like time is kind of the essence right now. So we should reconvene at the witching hour, I guess.
No, they're gonna meet us once they're done with the
Right.
hotel.
Right.
We don't want to be wasting time when we could all be searching.
Right.
I mean,
We'll
yeah.
be back soon.
Oh
We
man,
wanted to go to the
Kane.
bar, Desmond.
Yeah,
Friends,
you know
get
what?
to know each other.
We'll stop by the corner store and get something. What do they call them? Michael's? Mickey's, yeah.
What?
I just
So-
shake my head at you, very, very disappointed.
So two of you
Okay.
are looking into what board Albion, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other two of you are going to go further search Amanda's room. So we'll start with Remmy and Eliza. Which channels are the two of you using to look into the hotel?
I would probably use my library connections, actually. The people I work with, to see if they have any information on Hotel Broadalbin, or any history
Yeah.
or some connection.
Okay. You can do a see a bureaucracies probably.
Because I know I
Yeah,
do
make
have a
bureau-
connection.
Yeah. Make bureaucracy search for one, please.
You got it. Let's see. Bureau. Cool. Wow. 2 zeros and a 0, so that's basically just 10.
That's a crit, yeah, it's fine. You take the rest of the day, and you quite extensively use the resources of like the New York Public Library,
Mm-hmm.
and you categorically can confirm that there is nowhere in New York City called the Hotel Broadalbin. Eliza, you want to do anything? Would you be doing anything at the same time?
Yeah, I think I would have gone to the library with Remmy.
Okay.
There I would have found sort of a quieter spot. I'll, I suppose, email one of my colleagues. I'm going to include the name and description of our Mark character, ask to see if anyone, or if there's anything in the databases about him, and then I'm going to also ask if they have anything about Hotel Broadalbin.
Yeah. You can make an I'll say bureaucracy or criminology roll for that one, please.
Okay, that would be a failure. 82 over my criminology of 50.
Okay. You try. There's no hits under either search term. I mean, you pull up plenty of Mark Rorts, but without much more to go on. Sort of no way to tie it to either the Hotel Broadalbin or the McAllister building or anything like that that you're able to find. That does take you all day though, so just in the meantime then we're going to switch on over at the same time to Corporal Kane and Desmond that you both want to make. If you're spending the entire day searching the room, you're going to get 2 search rolls each.
Oh yeah.
The whole day. It's 12 hours worth of searching. So this will take you round to. It's going to be sort of 10:30 at night.
The first search roll is a 000.
Nice.
That's great. So you're gonna get 2 hits back for the price of 1 search
That
roll.
makes up for my critical fail before. The second one is 70, which I think actually might still be a success with my search. No.
Remember to be marking any failed rolls you make, because you get at the end of the session you'll get 2% increase towards any. So if you make a skill check and it's a failure, just mark the box next to it. You only get to do it once per session with each box, and then at the end of the session, once we're done, you can increase that ability by 2%. Actually, Corporal Kane, can you make your search rolls as well there, please, so I know
Yeah,
how many
I
we've
got
seen?
a 16, and I think that's an 8. It's 2 zeros and an 8, so yeah.
Yeah, that would be an 8. So that's
Yeah.
probably 2 successes for you, isn't it?
Yes, that is.
Okay. All right. So we'll start with Desmond. You have quite the fruitful AM. Not so much in the PM. You don't find anything in the PM.
I get
In the morning, yeah, you're both sitting there with 40s in brown paper bags, just sort of taking drafts while you search. You find a first of all, you find a yellowed receipt that's made out to Amanda Wright. But the signature of the person who filled it out cannot be read. This is a little more than a scroll. The receipt is for 1 month's rent of $850 in July for apartment 10B, which is an empty apartment.
At this place?
Yes.
You said it was
Although
$850?
Yeah, although
1
the
month rent.
handwriting is recent, the receipt appears like old. Like when you've had that receipt in your wallet forever and you forget to empty your wallet and you pull it out, you're like, I bought this was from, a bus that I called 4 years ago or whatever. Throw that out. Like, it's that kind of old. And there is a
Very
brand
cool.
name of the paper, Tynes Paper Products. Is the only other
Tynes?
marking. It's in Tynes, T-E-E-S-E, just in small print on the bottom. It's just like the paper company that made the
Cheese
paper the receipt was printed on.
Cool.
And you also find it's an odd series of dots on lines scribbled in unsteady hands that resembles like sheet music. Beneath it is written, "Let the red dawn surmise what we shall do when this blue starlight dies and all is through."
Definitely gonna need that one more time.
Let the red dawn surmise what we shall do when this blue starlight dies and all is through.
I show the I think the receipt I got first, so I would show the receipt to Kane and mention how old it looks and the apartment it's associated with. And then when I find the sheet music, I hold it out towards him. So this is
the fucking creepiest shit I've ever read. What do you
What?
make of this? It says, let the Red Dawn surmise what we shall do when this blue starlight dies and all is through. That's some Edgar Allan Poe shit.
That sounds like some fucking cult shit.
It's been a really long time since I've played anything. Does this look like sheet music to you?
Sir, I'm a high school dropout. The most extracurricular activity that I did was smoke behind the school dumpster. So no, I don't think
Yeah,
that
I
looks
mean,
like sheet music. It looks like dots and lines to me.
Well, that was neat. I'm gonna surmise that it is sheet music. I don't know how to play this, though. You know, and I bet Eliza plays an instrument.
Yeah, she seems like the uptight kind of person to be playing sheet music. And like maybe like piano or something. No, something lamer like the flute.
I was
Yeah,
gonna play the cello.
the cello. You think a tiny girl like that gonna be able to hold a cello?
You know they have stands, right?
Like, yeah,
No, you've
but like
never
you gotta,
been in the band room. We've established this.
that's the giant one, right?
This is going nowhere fast. What did you
Okay.
find? Cinematic cut.
And indeed, you found. Okay. You find a torn sheet of old linen parchment, inscribed with what can only be described to anyone's two eyes as an occult symbol in golden ink, tacked to the wall.
Doesn't give me the same reaction as the yellow symbol did, though.
No, it's not the same sign.
Okay.
It's kind of tacked onto the wall there, yeah.
All right.
Is the gold like the same yellow, or is it like distinct yellow?
No, it's
like
distinct.
golden. It's golden ink, yeah.
It's specifically golden.
And it's thumbtacked on, and is
Yeah.
notable that this is the only thing that's been done. Everything else has been epoxied. This was thumbtacked onto the wall.
This is strange. I'm gonna just kind of pull the thumbtack off and like take the symbol off.
As you do that,
Oh,
there's this blasting cacophony of sound just pierces through the apartment. Outside, a cab driver's leaning on his horn. This sort of unkempt homeless man in fatigue slowly stumbles across the street and looks through the window of Amanda's apartment straight at you, and you look up to see this horn. He's holding like this huge snake around his neck, and he's just kind of staring at you.
Desmond, do you see crazy man with snake out in the yard?
I dramatically turned my head to the window.
And you do not see anything.
I do see the crazy man, and I gesture towards you. Are you sure you're not a lightweight? I get we're doing some freaky stuff, but you do actually, like, have to stay in the real world until we go into the spooky nightmare dimension.
No, stop. I'm telling you, there is a guy out there. He, like... I didn't recognize the guy, did I?
No, and you look back, having looked in Desmond's direction to speak to him, you look back and, yeah, he's gone.
I'm telling you, there was a guy right there in front of the taxi. He was like holding a snake around his neck.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's really not the weirdest thing I've seen a homeless man do since I've arrived here.
Yeah, but But I mean, it can't be a coincidence. I mean, it's as soon as I picked up this piece of parchment paper, like, I don't. Let's just keep looking.
Right. I slowly reach over and take the bottle away from him.
I don't even like notice it, and I just continue searching.
The light begins to dim, and just before nightfall, you find the last useful bit of information that you'll find that day. Corporal Kane, there's a photo in the apartment, taken maybe a year or two prior, of Thomas and Ellen, his wife, who has since passed. You vividly remember attending the funeral. Both have their eyes scratched out. Can you make another search roll as you look at the photo for me, please?
Yeah. That is going to be a... Oh, where's my search? There you are. Ooh, cool. I just barely passed with a 57.
You're looking at this photo and you're trying to place when this might have been taken. You see behind the couple is an arm in a puffy harlequin costume. The hand is clad in a white glove, and it rests on Thomas's shoulder. The other details of this figure are not visible, but you get this distinct uneasy feeling. This arm is almost definitely out of place in this photo, and you look up and see the sun begin to dip in the west as night descends on the McAllister building once more, and that is where we're going to take a quick break. Welcome back.
Howdy.
The group were joined by a interesting new addition member of the US military by the name of Corporal Kane, who was interested. It was investigating, I should say, the disappearance of Amanda Wright on behest of her father, very well-connected corporal. No, very well-connected colonel. He's a corporal. Apologies. They did some digging around in Amanda's apartment again during the day and uncovered a couple more strange links to the case. Before night begins to fall and they reconvene in the lobby of the McAllister building. Take it away.
I'm telling you, there was that dude out there with a snake, Desmond. I'm not crazy.
There was a
Evening,
what?
everyone? We're back.
Oh. Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to the scene of the crime.
Did we miss
How
anything?
nice of you to join us.
Right. Sorry. We didn't find, or I didn't find anything, at least, on our hotel.
Oh, yes, I called a few colleagues of mine and a friend. It does not exist and it has not existed ever. At all.
So,
Well,
for now, I think we can not strike it from the record, but we don't have to worry about it as much.
we know that this hotel doesn't exist here.
Mm-hmm.
may exist in the ninth floors.
Hmm.
The, is that's referring to the map, right?
Yeah,
The drawings of the McAllister building.
yes, the
Do-
hatch
do you
you
think-
ran out of this morning.
Do you think the third floor could be the entrance to the hotel? Like, could the smoke lounge in the hotel be one place being referred to?
Do you think it's like the lobby? Did it feel like
Not-
a welcoming area?
It didn't feel like a welcoming area. It felt just kind of like one of the offshoot smoke lounges that kind of lead off from the main lobby, but and Eliza, we found some other stuff here. Desmond, you said that was sheet music that you found?
Oh yeah. For the sake of also our listeners and everybody in the group, yeah, this I do believe it's music here, but it does say, "Let the red dawn surmise what we shall do when this blue starlight dies and all is through."
Yeah, but that was the poem, the weird
yeah, I mean-
poem, but there was the other sheet of like dots and lines and whatnot. You said that
yeah,
that could have been
that's the sheet music. You know, it looks like that poem is probably meant to be sung over the music. If I had to make a guess about words and music paired together.
Usually.
The other paper I've got is this receipt. It says, somebody signing as Amanda Wright. Well, I think they meant to, but it's sort of just intelligible. The name says Amanda Wright printed. For apartment 10B, $850, 1 month's rent. Can I say ridiculous amount? But this receipt is very old.
We have any of her other signatures. You said they tracked down a card a couple of months ago. Do we have her signature there? Can we make any mode of comparison?
That's something that I wouldn't have any connection to. That would be on the FBI's end. You could probably ask them to fax it over, perhaps.
Well, wait, hold on. You know, you're well acquainted and in the same organization as her father, which is a branch of the government. You probably have the exact same bank. We could ask to see her signature. Especially if you present FBI
once again,
questions.
yes. Amanda was also serving on the base, so we typically all had the same banking services, just because it made it easier for the government. But that was a personal kind of thing. Not everybody had the same bank, so it would be a kind of offshoot we could try. But that would have to be a request from the FBI as well. Those kind of records and signatures are very protected for obvious financial reasons for forgery. So
I can ask for her
That would be-
signature.
that would have to be on Eliza's end again. But I also found this was pinned to the wall. This wasn't glued on like everything else, but this was pinned to the wall.
That's
and I'm
when you
just gonna-
saw the snake man, right?
Yes, you heard the loud blaring horn too from the taxi outside, right? When I
Well,
pulled it, as soon as I pulled it.
I
Yes.
did hear the horn, yeah.
Yeah, but when I looked out there was some guy dressed in fatigues, and he looked disheveled and homeless, and had this snake kind of coiled around his neck and shoulders, like almost like a scarf.
Might I see that paper?
Well, are you going to go crazy eyes on us again, or
I promise to try not to.
Okay. I'll slide that over to you then.
I'll take it. And I
And
look over.
this.
What's your occult at, Remy?
80?
Yeah, you recognise it, all right. This is it's known as the Mark of Person, P-U-R-S-O-N.
Say it again. Spell it again.
P-U-R-S-O-N.
Mm-hmm. Got
It's
it.
associated with demonology.
Got it.
And we had already heard reports of potential links to demonology from like the newspaper type stuff, like the tabloids.
No, that was the link. That was the link that you were given by Agent Marcus when you spoke to him. You asked him how Delta Green got involved. He said a symbol linked to demonology appeared in the initial investigation, and that's what pinged Delta Green's radar, so to speak.
So you do recognize it, Remy. You know what it could be?
I know exactly what this is. This is the Mark of Person. So I guess the comment they made about demonology actually was true.
Well, so now we're dealing with the Exorcist right now, right?
Well,
Are you going to be
I mean-
your head going to be turning around and climbing on the walls now?
tell me, how have you been after taking this paper? Did you see anything? Did you hear anything? Do you feel anything?
I heard the horn blaring outside. It just kind of startled me, but it sounded really loud, almost piercing, almost. And like I said, I turned around and there's that really freaking weird dude outside, the snake. Again, this is a little bit personal, but I found this photo.
This photo.
It's of Thomas and Ellen. Ellen is Amanda's mother. She passed away a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
She was real good to me. But I don't know why somebody would scratch out their eyes like this. I mean, and there's something in the photo that just
Where? Point out to me if you can.
it's the arm on Thomas's shoulder. I don't. Thomas has a lot of pictures of with him and Ellen.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to remember her that way. I've been to his house so many times. I've looked over the photos. I don't know where this photo came from. I don't know when it was taken. I don't know where it's taken.
Mm-hmm.
This something in my gut tells me that this photo should not exist.
And this is the first time you've ever seen a photo like this, right?
Yeah,
Maybe you should hold
but
on to that.
who would do that?
Do you think
Amanda left her mom.
Amanda would have done it? I mean, it was
Not
epoxy
only
to the
that,
wall.
but not only that, but this photo is. It can't be more than a year or two old. Ellen passed. Ellen passed long before that.
Wait. Say that one more time. This can't be more than how many years old?
This photo is recent, a year or two old. I mean, look at the fading on it. It's barely faded, despite it being obviously handled. It can't be more than a year or two old, man. And not only that, but the quality of the picture as well. Like it's recent. It's got to be recent. But I watched Ellen get put in the ground, and I was there to say my goodbyes. And now I'm seeing this. It's like seeing a ghost, man. And I've already seen enough of those.
As we've kind of maybe. I don't know what to tell you. But if you said she passed long ago, and now this is just a recent photo.
I don't know, man. I it doesn't make any sense.
Hey, Kane. Can you do yourself a favor?
I
Just
just
stop asking about it.
I need to step outside.
All right.
Kane walks out the McAllister building and just is kind of sitting off to the sidewalk.
Okay. And as Kane steps into kind of the night air, the rain hasn't let up all day at this point. The overcast morning kind of giving way to a downpour, and it's relatively quiet for a New York street this time of night. And you, well, make an alertness roll for me, as a matter of fact.
That is going to be a 53. So the 6. That is a failure.
Okay, not to worry then.
Man, these alertness
Really?
checks are biting me in the butt.
All right, continue. Yeah.
Yeah, emotionally distressed, but
Well, I suppose, well, he's out. Possibly just showing that sign to anybody who walks by. The two of you, there's rent paid by Amanda Wright. Apartment 10B. We can go check out that apartment too.
we probably should. Did you say how long ago? Like maybe a date, perhaps?
You know how he was telling you that photo hasn't faded at all?
Yeah.
And I hold up the receipt, and it's the most yellow receipt you've probably ever seen. It's like fading, and you can see that like the sheen on it is like falling off. This is really old.
But the writing looks fairly new.
Well, these are modern prices. So, also, this company, Trace Paper Products. Any of you heard of it? Because I haven't. I think that one might be a Spooky Dookie exclusive.
I can't recall anything. Liza?
I don't think I have. No.
And it's called Tease?
Yeah, Teese. I mean, it could be pronounced tease, like, but. And Desmond stops and sits for a moment. You know, he said it was almost like somebody was messing with him. And I sort of hold up the receipt. Do you think we're being teased?
Maybe. I mean, nothing
No.
has added up.
You are being real weird, if I might be blunt. You've been weird ever since you saw that symbol, but we all saw it. We're okay.
feel pretty okay.
Give me the drawing.
What drawing?
The symbol, Remmy.
I don't have it. You mean the one that Kane had?
Well, yeah, the symbol. I saw you looking at it. You never took your eyes off it.
Yeah, the one he handed me.
Mm-hmm. You didn't take it from him?
I gave it back.
Well, we're supposed to be investigating. You know I wanted to take it. Why wouldn't you have taken it from him?
I mean, I sort of took it from him. And Remmy would kind of look around.
Well, did anybody make a note of it? Because
Look,
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't carry a journal.
good
And he's
thing
got it
I do.
outside. You know what? I think I'm just anxious about him having it outside. So I think I'm gonna go keep an eye on him. Try not to wander into the darkness, alright?
Sure.
Meet
Okay.
up back here for the night floors then? When everyone's had some time to cool off.
Did Desmond already leave the room?
Yeah.
Desmond walked straight out, yeah.
Where are you, Eliza?
I'm still in the room with you, Ren.
Remmy comes over and he's like, he takes out, slowly, like, kind of looks around. And he takes out a book. He's like, it's in here. And he puts it away. I made a copy.
When you take it out, make a willpower roll for me, please.
Me?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it's in the book, yeah, so... crap. Times 5 or now, normal.
Willpower, it should be willpower times 5, yeah.
This game hates me.
Oh, poor Eliza.
Out of 70, I rolled
All the
a
love went to Bryan.
You
96.
open. You can't
Oh!
help it. You can't. A 96.
Yes.
Oh, come on, man.
Lose 1 willpower for me,
Oh, great.
and you can't help it. You've got to show her, and you open the book. Eliza, can you make a sanity check for me as he shows you? He opens this book,
Damn it.
and it is covered in the same sign scribbled over and over. And Remmy, you look down at his notepad, and you only remember drawing the one when this is all your hand, though. This is all in your hand. When did you have time to do the rest?
Huh.
Yeah, you can make the sanity check for seeing it again for me, please, Eliza.
14. Okay.
Pass, no problem.
Can I... Eliza holds her head. It's like a migraine all over again. Remmy, I don't mean to take anything away from you, but I think you might have been spending a little bit too much time on that book. Do you want me to hold on to it for you?
And Remy's just kind of looking down, flabbergasted. When did I... He's like flipping back and forth, just when... There was only one. And he just kind of turns it over and just slides it over. Like,
Alright.
very cinematically slow. And slowly gives it to you.
I will hold on to this for you, okay? If you really need it back, let me know. Put that away for now, Mark. We're gonna
Yeah.
put that away.
I think I need a moment. And he would walk outside to the hallway and just take a couple breaths.
Okay. Anyone want to do anything else? Before we continue?
Yeah, I'd love to talk to Kane.
Yeah.
Love to look at apartment 10B. That's what
I forgot, yeah.
It was.
Okay. We'll lay out Desmond and Kane first, so if you want to go ahead.
So, I walk out and sit by you, facing you, sort of on the street, cross-legged. So, it's really best if you just don't think about it.
Desmond, you seem like a person who's seen some shit. I don't know if I can talk about something that happened relatively recently. I'm still sorting it out myself, but when I was a kid, let's just say that I was separated from my family for good reasons, and I was tossed around the system a lot. In my final home before I turned 18, Ellen was my high school teacher. She used to bring me school lunches because I was too poor to afford any. And she was the one that kind of helped me decide on joining the military after high school and making something out of my shit life. So it's not too short to say that Ellen was like a mother to me. A very close second friend. But see her, somebody so loved and so close to you, see her visage just massacred like that in a photo that you don't know, and this reality that I've built around myself, something is just tearing at its seams right now, and I feel like I'm about to fucking lose my shit. I don't know what Thomas dragged me into, but I'm sure as hell gonna see it through. I'm gonna find out what the fuck is at the bottom of it. Whether it's the devil himself, or just some crazy ass lunatic. I'm gonna get answers. And I don't give a shit if you want to try to stop me, but I'm gonna get what I deserve. I want my answers. I deserve those answers.
I can't stop you from wanting the answers. I wanted answers, and the search led me here to what I do. I'm sorry, Kane, but you have unknowingly stepped down a path that you can't turn around from. We are going to help you through this because you have to help us and everybody. You've already seen things that you can't explain. And that's...
Be honest, it's not my first run-in with something like this. I'm, like I said, I'm still trying to process a lot of things that happened recently. And some shit that happened before. Whatever this path it leads me to, it doesn't matter if I'm ready or not. Because I'm already on it. And there's no turning back right now. Not for Amanda. Not if I want to see her safe by the end of it. So, thank you, Desmond. Thank you for listening for a little bit. I needed someone to talk to you about this.
We all do.
Yeah.
Now, Kane, I need you to
I'm
listen
good.
about something. I know that you're very closely tied to these people, and I need you to start preparing for the fact that we may
Of
not
course.
find Amanda. And
I
if
know.
we do,
I know.
alright.
Hey, someone's got to stay hopeful, though. You know.
Well,
Because I
that's
know
why-
this is just another case for you guys. But I promised Ellen that I was going to look after Amanda. And I've already let her down once. I don't plan on doing that again. So, Amanda's coming home. No matter what.
Desmond stands up and pushes up with the collapsible walking stick he seems to have whenever he's outside. And as he reaches out a hand to pull you up, he gives you that same smile. Well, I'm glad that somebody is still hopeful.
Light at the end of the tunnel, right? I take his hand, stand up, kind of wipe, tears from his eyes. Makes his way back into the McAllister building.
Desmond goes back into the building, and as he shuts the door, there's a bit of scraping as he pushes some of the lobby furniture in front of the door to bar it closed. Then I'll go to meet the rest of them.
You congregate in the lobby and begin to climb the stairs, heading up to the door marked roof access. As you stand outside the door,
Remmy,
Hmm?
sorry for earlier. That was
Oh.
unprofessional of me, so.
As it was with
I'm
myself.
good now.
It's okay.
Hey, it's your job to ask questions. And it's our job to find answers.
Right.
So,
Hopefully we can find them together or figure this case out.
no time like the present, right? Desmond, do you want to take lead, or should I announce
I-
the group first?
Well, I think you've got an invitation, and I reach out and pull another one of the 40s out. You said you were going to buy him a drink, right?
I think I offered it to him, but he seemed to be like a whiskey man, but who knows? He might like it.
and
I
you
take the brown paper bag and I kind of begrudgingly start to make my way, opening the roof access door.
Yeah, and you sort of take a deep breath, and just as you go to push the door, Eliza, your phone goes off.
Oh look.
So much suspense.
Do I have the do I have like caller ID to sex this? Or is it just the
Yeah, it's your husband.
Hello?
Honey, you didn't check in. You okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just caught up with work. Actually, I'm still working. Uh, do you have the time?
Oh, yeah. And there's a minute you hear like a bunch of rustling. And it's, 10:40.
Oh. Thank you. Hopefully I'll be done with work soon. But I still have more to do.
Okay.
Thank you for calling me.
No, it's fine. Just call back soon. I'm worried. So.
All right. I will.
Okay.
Good night. You get some sleep. So one of us has to get some sleep.
Okay.
Bye.
I love you. Bye.
Everything all good in the hood?
He's fine. He's just worried. Probably for good reason, since we're about to walk into somewhere that
Well,
shouldn't.
honey, I don't know who he is, but let's get the show on the road. Let's go find that missing girl, yeah?
Remmy.
Hmm?
I don't know if you know how to use this, but you might need it. And she's gonna give Remmy her light pistol.
As you do that, Remmy just kind of hand out a bag. Yeah.
He has one.
Just kind of spits on his fingers and puts it back in.
Interesting. She'll put it in.
That
Like,
is the
thank you
most
for the
strapped book nerd I've ever seen. That is so weird and awesome at the same time.
Thank you, Eliza.
No worries.
We could at least pretend like we all are in the FBI, you know? That'd be cool. Anyways, I guess since we're really at this level right now, do keep your hand on your gun. Don't walk with it out. And be ready to run.
Well,
And
pause, because we are invited guests.
Perhaps
It'd
we
be
should
rude to
knock.
walk in with guns blazing. So let's test the waters first, so we can resolve this without a single shot fired. Because I don't know about y'all, but getting ammo is really hard in New York.
And with that, you push the roof access door open into the smoking lounge. Mr. Rourke sits exactly where he sat the night before, in that leather armchair, drink and a smoke in hand. And his eyes widen as he sees you first, Corporal Kane, as you come through the door. You beautiful motherfucker, you came back.
How you doing? How you doing, my boy? And now, forgive my taste. I don't know if you liked it, but I figured a drink is a drink, and we can both share this over some cigars sometime. But I hope you don't mind, but I brought some friends with me. You know, more the merrier, you know?
Yeah, come in.
Yeah,
Fix your
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
And he takes stock of each of you as you come in. And Remmy, you enter the room like last, and he stops on you and he goes, Remmy! Where the fuck you been?
Right. That's
Remmy,
that's a
do
good
you
first
know?
step.
Wait.
Do you know Mr. Rourke here?
Do I? I can't.
You've never seen this man before in your life.
I've never seen you. How do you know my name?
Yeah, I escaped out of the booby hatch. I ditched the G-man.
What even?
Does that make sense to anybody? What
The
you
booby
just
hatch.
said?
The G-man. G-man.
What even is a booby hatch?
Look, I wasn't sure I'd ever see you again since I found my bottle. You need to help me get back to the labyrinth, man. It's my only way out.
The labyrinth. Are there any windows in this place?
All that you can see now.
What's the labyrinth?
Are you asking me, or is that in character asking him? Sorry.
In character asking him.
Okay. The lab. What? You were there. We. He's got the cigarette, the cigar, like between his fingers, and he like shakes it at you almost indignant. His face kind of screws up. Yeah, I know better. I know this. Fine. There was something off about you anyway.
Wait, what? Oh, look, I don't understand. I don't want to be rude. I just don't recall anything.
You know, it's probably better that way.
Mark, how do you know Remmy? I mean, fill us in on the rest of us. Like, the labyrinth, what?
Forget it. That man is an imposter. Forget it. Yeah. Kind of people you bring around here.
An imposter?
You know what?
What?
How about we meet up with Roger so we can go find Amanda and we'll get out of your hair, man.
Roger, fucking ditched. You want to go find Amanda? You can find her yourself. She's down the hall.
Okay, and all right, Mark. Sorry, man. I didn't know.
He gets
brought
up
him out
at
of bad company.
He gets up at this point, like throws his cigar on the carpet and like stomps, grinds it into the carpet, and then he like stomps out down one of the. You note this time 4 different hallways out lead out to the smoking lounge.
What did he mean by imposter? How did he know me?
Man, I don't even know where to begin with that.
Like, you see Remmy just like rubbing his head, just.
You couldn't have faked it. Couldn't have said it like. Whatever.
I'm sure I'll.
He said it. She's down this hallway. He said Amanda's down this hallway. You guys want to like kind of split up and look for clues? Maybe you guys can get an idea about the 3rd floor, the night floors, or the hotel.
Desmond grabs your shoulders. No, we are not going to split up. We're going to walk in a brisk manner, the way he indicated. And I point to my wrist, where you see one of those really, really shitty, like old 90s, like almost like a fast food free watch that you would get in a, as like a, with a
McDonald's
weird
meal.
Yeah, exactly. And it's got a shitty stopwatch running on it. I reckon we've got a few hours before daytime. I don't know really what constitutes daytime, so better.
You're looking at your watch, Desmond.
See, the way you asked that, but yes.
You look at your watch and you go to sort of try and do some time management. You realise it's not moving. You can hear the ticking of. There's no movement. It's as if it's frozen in time. Can you make a sanity check for me, please?
Sure can. See, that would be a fail.
Let's take 1 sanity loss.
Heck
Desmond, what's up with your watch, man? You kind of gave me a confused look, man.
yeah. The past Desmond thought he could outsmart something I cannot understand. Fair enough, I say to the room.
You know what? Now that I recall, I was in the lounge for quite a bit talking to Mark, trying to get answers. But when I walked out, time didn't really change, did it? When I walked out, it was like as if I just walked in and walked out, no lapse in between.
Well, hold on, that sounds like some more hope, Kane. I like it. We'll hold on to it. Maybe we won't get stuck.
No. That's the issue. Time should continue going wherever you're going.
Look, it should.
Could we?
Maybe stop thinking about what should
No.
and shouldn't. Maybe more what
Because
is and isn't.
This might be the answer to why Amanda went missing. Could we be in a space outside of time? Could we perhaps be in a separate space or dimension outside of our normal reality? I mean, it's the kind of shit you read in novels, like some Back to the Future kind of bullshit. But
Are you sure?
Agent Desmond.
You okay, Kane?
Sorry to interrupt there, Remy, but Agent Desmond, this is the sort of talk that maybe Corporal Kane would make for a good prospect, that he's coming to these conclusions of his own accord. Maybe he'd make a good friend then. Continue.
I mean, like, think about it, Remy. Like, the weird symbols and the way that they interact with us differently. We don't fully understand human psychology or biology or even our own technology. I mean, we are literally 5 pounds of fat being powered by less electricity than a light bulb, running a meat suit, being held together by a bunch of fats and fibers, and being supported by essentially living
And-
stone.
You said that you dropped out.
You read a lot on deployments, and
No,
it
I
may
think
not
this
look
is
like
good.
it, but I am technically a doctor.
I'm guessing you've seen beyond the veil too.
No, I'm a combat medic. As in, I have to understand human anatomy in order to make sure I don't plug the wrong holes.
Hmm.
But could it be perhaps that these symbols are actually just some type of subconscious affecting code? I mean,
I've actually read something about those. They have a name.
like what was it called? The mark, the demonology mark. I mean,
Oh, the mark of persona.
there. Yes, exactly. I mean, people were using those for a reason. Maybe like demons were just some error in the biology of people, and that those marks were just a way to fix their subconscious. And we don't even know. Like, Desmond, I think you should take lead on this. I can't. I'm going way over my head right now. I'm talking nonsense.
Desmond smiles at you.
You see, even this guy thinks I'm a fool right now. Look at him.
I'll take the lead. You keep thinking. All right.
Here, while you all were talking, you see Eliza, she sort of dipped out of the conversation. She came back, and she's like unspooling a thread. She's tied it to something way in like the
The door handle, like.
yeah, like the door handle or something.
Before you started this conversation, you started down the corridor, yeah?
Yeah. Essentially.
Probably.
Okay. Eliza, when you turn away to go and attach string, you turn back to just see more corridor.
Hello? Is anybody... do I see the rest of the group?
Yeah, they're
Or have
standing
they-
right behind you, but smoking lounge isn't there anymore. Make a
What?
sanity check for
Well,
me,
so
please.
we're right there.
Uh, 32?
Pass, no problem. Yeah, you take a minute and you...
Wait, do I see the rest of the group?
Yeah, you're still with them. It's fine.
I was unclear. Okay.
Eliza, what are you looking at? Like, hurry up.
There are more corridors now?
What?
What do you mean more corridors?
I'm gonna start to turn around as well.
There are
Take-
so many more. The smoking lounge is gone. We didn't walk that far, did we?
We didn't take any corners either, to my knowledge.
We sort of walked
No.
into a room.
Right.
And there's a longer corridor, like there's a corridor now where you were, like going back. Window at the far end, and it splits like a T-junction, splits off going left and right.
Okay.
What? I guess the thread thing didn't work, so instead, I'll try this. She takes out a tube of red lipstick and just starts marking the wall with it.
Okay.
Now,
Don't
we
waste
won't
too
get
much
more
lipstick.
lost.
It's just expensive.
hopefully.
So who's
Yeah.
taking the lead here
Me.
specifically?
Desmond.
Okay, Desmond, make a sanity check for me, please. Do you press through the corridor?
Ha-ta-cha.
So what's a 97?
That's a failure.
That's a
Critical
fail.
failure.
So that's neat.
All right.
Ryan,
Well,
can we
just
have
a
some of your luck back?
Question.
Sorry, I'm
keep...
saving it all for me.
I'm saving. I thought you were gonna say I'm saving it for marriage.
that too.
Need all my
take
luck.
it from me. Take it from me. You need it all. All right. Let's see. So, what type of movement do you hope to achieve here? Is what I need to ask you now. You in particular, Desmond, you're leading, so.
Well, you told us that Amanda lives on the 6th floor, so I want to go up the stairs.
Okay.
There's normally stairs at the end of hallways, so that's what's in Desmond's mind right now as he's walking. I have my walking stick out, because why not?
Okay, just a moment.
Dark jazz.
It's good.
It's so good.
Great
It's so
music.
good.
It's so smooth and falling out of my chair.
Okay, so you press on through the corridor and you find after a moment doors. You see you see the stairs that you're looking for. Kind of you head around a corner and to your left you see some stairs that you I don't know probably go up. So you head towards the stairs and between yourselves and the stairs. A door opens about 20 meters down the hall. A set of arms in long johns place a long wooden box on the hallway floor, and then the door shuts. The arms are clearly those of an African American man with burn scars on the wrists, but quite noticeable, pronounced as he sets the box down. You can hear, while the door is open, in that brief period of time, you can hear the eruption of like distant applause as if from like a huge theatre down a long corridor, and the sound vanishes as the door is slammed shut.
We all see this?
Yep.
Did anyone else hear
Yeah.
applause?
First room was a smoking lounge. Guessing that is the backstage of a theater. And I'd like to not guess what's in that box. Literally, Pandora's. Huh?
I mean,
Seems that way.
we'll never know if we don't open it, but since we are here, I don't think we should.
Well, I'm all for walking past it. You, gonna be alright with that? And I gesture to the two dudes who are freaky with the signs.
Perhaps if I can put my ear to it and listen, I could hear something.
Well, you never know what's in the box until you open it up. It might be a present.
Maybe an unwelcome one.
All right,
Well-
Epimetheus, whatever you want.
I mean,
But I'd rather keep walking.
Considering that we're 4 people strapped, I'm.
I say before we open the box, we see if we can hear anything from on the other side of the door. Agreed?
Would
Yeah,
you
you know what? Yeah.
like to be
let's,
the one to go listen?
Yes, I actually would. I'm quite curious, actually. So I'm gonna
Hold
walk.
on 1 second.
Okay.
And you, the larger bag, the one that I actually have on like my back,
Mhm.
I rummage into it, and on my gear list, I actually have a tranquilizer rifle, and I begin to assemble it.
Any larger weaponry like that would be secured in your vehicle, and you'd have had to have expressly told me that you went back to the car to get.
Oh, well, in that
Super
case, I
strap.
pull out my taser.
Yeah, that's fine.
Why?
Does the same thing I wanted it to.
Wait. Why do you have a taser?
If you step through that door, I'm going to tase you.
Noted. And I'll just slowly walk to the door, and slowly put my ear against it.
Silence.
Oh, I guess I'll like listen for another minute. And just still nothing.
Still nothing.
Huh. Nothing. I don't hear anything. Not at all.
Well, have you tried knocking?
I've thought about it, but I'd rather not get tased.
I won't tase you if you knock on the door. If you reach for that handle, and I gesture wildly.
Okay, so if I knock on the door and it's opened,
Technically, you didn't open it.
exactly.
I really, honestly, I would still not go through.
Well, I wasn't gonna go through. What if, okay, I got it. How far am I in front of the door? Like, just like less than 12
Well,
inches?
you put your ear to it, so yeah.
0 from the door.
So,
0.
Yeah.
So I'm going to knock on the door and back up like a whole 2 feet. So just knock,
Okay.
knock, and then
you
back.
knock and take a step back, and no, there's no response.
Well, I guess we have our answer.
I'm gonna be honest, I kind of expected something to happen.
Same here.
But I guess you put the box and just left. You saw that man definitely had burned wrists. Like, I don't even know why he would have burned wrists.
Maybe
How
he
does that happen?
maybe he fell into a fire or something. I don't know.
What, like
On
a
his
super
wrist?
villain?
Well,
Yeah, you said wrists, right?
we can only
his
see his wrists.
Could have been his whole body, I suppose.
That's what I'm thinking
No,
as well.
it was his whole arm that was exposed, but his wrists were just the only thing burned.
Do you?
Odd.
I mean, the only thing I can think of for wrists is like handcuffs. Those leave burns, but they're not burns. They don't look like, roasted skin.
Hmm. Well, now that we have our answer, do we just investigate the box instead? Or do we try to fiddle the door some more?
I mean, really, it seems we're here, and there's no behind us. So, really right now, I guess we're exploring. If you want to try to go through the door, we can.
But you'll
We
tase me.
all have to go.
By show of hands, who wants to go through the door?
Honestly,
I just... That's the first person we saw, and they might have a clue on how to navigate this place.
Well, let's be clear. We already saw Mark,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't see a person. We saw arms.
That placed the box.
I gesture behind us to the vague nothing. Are you... Maybe don't think so rigidly.
How about we just
You know what?
investigate the box?
Alright, but I got the taser ready. Just in case.
I'll open the goddamn box. I just kind of walk over.
And I'll just ready my pistol just in case.
I lift up the box and kind of give it a weight, sizing up, see how much it weighs.
What is weight? I can't really. I mean, it's that you can pick it up relatively easy enough. It's not like super heavy.
No, it's not super heavy.
Yeah.
Okay. I shake it.
Classic.
There's a thumping and what you hear slight sort of jingling of glass.
Well, doesn't sound like a grenade. Doesn't sound like a living thing. Sounds like hard glass. So maybe it's glass. And I open it up.
All right. Inside, you see, first of all, what looks like a really ancient-looking Latin book labeled. Let me get this right. Hygromantea. I'll put the spelling of that in our handouts link momentarily.
Mm-hmm.
You also see a dozen glass vials filled with Melonia pods and a silver robe
With what?
made of plastic.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know what that word means. What's in the vials?
Full of Malayan.
Melonia pods. Melonia.
Yeah.
What else was in
Melonia
it?
pods.
The book, Agromentea?
Hygromantea. And a silver robe made of plastic.
Silver robe made of plastic.
Hmm. Agromentea.
Printing on the lid of the box, that's it, on the inside of the lid of the box, reads De Craig Corporation Limited, Kemper and White House Street, Chicago, Illinois.
Box is made for Chicago. That
But the sound. Wait, this doesn't make
Here's
sense.
a thought that I had. We entered the night floor from New York.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it connects from other places too? Like, that man could have been from Chicago for all we know.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, that
But your searches didn't turn up anything about a hotel in Chicago either, though.
it just said it wasn't in New York.
well, I mean,
You didn't
Do you
search
think-
anywhere else?
Not
do you think
necessarily.
it can really reach that far across the whole?
Well, considering
nation?
that her card was... Amanda's card was done several states over, Chicago is not too far away.
What if each door is just connected to some other hotel room somewhere else?
That's what I was thinking.
So,
If you want to open doors to unknown places, to God knows who,
I would
Yeah,
like
I'm
to
game for it.
test
Let's
that
go.
theory.
Well, if the theory is there are hotels, do you think that and I gesture to the door, do you think that that's maybe some sort of fancy hotel that would actually have, you know, an orchestral theater or
Maybe.
space like that?
I mean, maybe this is just me taking the piss here, but Hotel Broad Alban, maybe it's just maybe that word broad covers a range of places.
or maybe it's a pseudonym, maybe?
That's actually very clever of you. But what would it be a pseudonym of?
I mean,
Broad Alban.
Broad Alban is... It's... As... I'm pretty sure Broad Alban is a town in New York.
A town?
Yeah.
How do you
think
figure?
that maybe we could get there?
From here?
Desmond, time
Yeah.
check if you've got it.
I looked down at the watch. Yeah, time's about fucked.
Well,
Right.
What?
I'm sorry, but this whole situation is making me a little bit jumpy, I guess, because we will have to travel back wherever back is.
That I was having the same thought. How do we get back to where we were?
The
Well,
only journey that seems to be available to us is forward.
was
Either
afraid you'd
that,
say that.
or through one of these doors.
Well, the only door we know of right now is this man and a possible stage or a theater. That's all we have.
And,
Or nothingness, as he gestures behind him.
Well, we've also got that in front.
Fair enough.
Do you think we're on the we'd be on the 3rd floor now, right?
No, we've been on the third floor, I would assume.
Yeah, because that would have been the 3rd floor. of the
We
building.
haven't taken any stairs, so yeah, I think we're still
On
on
the 3rd floor.
the 3rd floor.
Should we look? Have we seen any windows, by the way? Handler?
One at the back at the T junction of the.
And that's
You
gone now,
turned.
right?
You turn around and you can see that T junction is still there with that window.
I've been wondering about this for a while. Maybe we should look out the window.
Maybe
You can use the box as a marker.
we can try. I'm willing to give it a shot, given that my Boy Scout instincts aren't really gonna lead us out of here.
Noted.
Do you think anything happens if we break anything in here? Like,
Break how? Just like destroy it?
do you think... Well, do you think we could leave by breaking a window? It's not very likely, but I mean... Do you think we could? Even... like...
I mean, we
Well,
are on the 3rd floor. I mean,
That gentleman burned a cigarette, so we know, like, at least energy and physics and heat probably works. So maybe the windows can be broken.
I would assume so. I mean, you said time wasn't working, right?
I mean, not much is.
It's not working here, but I'd hazard to guess that it does work out there. She sort of gestures back the way they came.
Well, maybe we should go inspect the window together.
Yeah.
Should we take this book, by the way?
Oh, probably.
You know, knowledge is power, man. So I don't speak Spanish, but I could try to learn.
I'll keep this.
No, it is
then.
not that type of Latin.
Oh. I assume Latin America.
No, it is written in Latin.
Hey, that's
Did you?
smart.
No, hold on. Did you think Igromentea was Spanish?
Hey, dog.
You know what? Dropout is starting to make more sense.
Perhaps
I have
should
a very
take this.
specific skill set that is tailored to one thing exactly, and that is how to read pharmaceutical drugs apart properly, and how to amputate a leg.
All right. Well, if that is the case, then I will take it and try my best to figure something out as we go along.
And I'll give you the full details of that book. I'll pop it in the handouts thing at the end of the session.
Mm-hmm.
You say you was heading over to the window.
Yes.
Yeah.
You come across this window that is it's shuttered and locked. You can open the shutter from this side though, because you're on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you.
I would like to open the shutter slowly.
You open the shutter, and instead of a view of the outside world, the window shows an impossible view of an endless expanse of rooms. You can see the window. This one, if you were to open it, would open. If you were able to open it, would open into a living room, whose windows open onto a dining room, whose windows open onto a lounge, a bedroom, and so on and so forth. Never the outdoors. Can you make a sanity check for me, please?
At my current
Remmy.
sanity.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So at my current sanity.
Oh, I hope it's close to a 3.
It's always at your current sanity, yeah, when you make a sanity check.
I hate everything.
Let's go.
Oh no.
Freaking 91 out of just fucking 66.
Alright, roll 1d4 for me.
1.
You lose 1 sanity.
Good. I need to stop opening things.
So, are we starting to learn?
I just like slowly shutter the window. Yes. Yes, I
I
am.
think maybe we don't read that book until we're in a safe location.
I'm starting to agree.
Okay.
This is nothing like my time I've spent with him.
If you're moving on, who's taking the lead?
Noting minds, I'd like to continue.
Okay.
Okay, can you make a sanity check for me then, please?
Yes, I can. Pass.
You wander the corridors somewhat. You're heading towards those stairs, and then you ascend to the next floor, and you make a right. The only option is to make a right, and you come across the open box again on the ground. Can you lose a sanity point for me then, please?
What the what?
The lipstick that Eliza was drawing on a wall, did he come back to it at all?
Yeah.
Woof.
I know that looks discouraging, but we went up there. Remember that we went upstairs. Just keep that in your mind.
We went upstairs.
Or 4. Walk past the box. We're gonna ignore.
I'm still trying to figure out this whole non-linear time-space thing that's going on right now.
Non-Euclidean physics. He'll kill you.
Well, yeah.
Wait.
Anyways,
Didn't we just pass this area, by the way?
Yes, we did. We've been here before.
Oof. Alright, lead the way.
Eliza will just drop the tube of lipstick on the ground. Doesn't seem like that's gonna do much for us.
Are you using it as a marker or are you just dropping it?
She was using it as a marker. She was drawing on the wall.
Got ya.
But we came back to it, so
Got it.
put it down.
Which one of you is taking the lead?
Should I try?
I can do it this time, if you like.
Yeah, Eliza, if you want to take lead, or I can take lead, either or. I mean, I seem to have luck with these kind of things.
yeah, Kane, why don't you test your beginner's luck? I'll watch
Yeah.
our backs.
Right.
I'm actually going to start looking at the door numbers and seeing if there's a 10B somewhere.
Smart.
There are no door numbers. Not on these doors.
On these doors. Okay. Music maybe, or someone know. Encyclopedia, so making our way down through the hallway is just throwing us through a loop. we already tried opening the door to the theater room. That didn't seem to work. Right?
No, you
Or
didn't open the door.
We haven't
actually.
yet. You know what? I'm gonna make my way to the door. If it's still in
Just
front of
you,
us.
like you're all standing there near the box, so you're all in front of the door already. Just to make you aware.
Right. I'm gonna kind of just knock on the door.
Still no response.
Just... And I say out loud, "Let the Red Dawn surmise what we shall do when this blue starlight dies and all is through." Just kind of open the door.
You open the door to a broom closet. No windows and no exits. Can everyone make a sanity check for me, please?
That's really close, Jack.
Oh, rad.
But a pass. I passed
I
by
pass.
2.
A literal 1. Pass.
Eliza
That's a
failed.
critical. Oh no!
Eliza, you just take 1 sanity loss.
Okay.
Everyone else 0. If you succeeded, 0.
You got a critical succeed.
Yep.
He takes
Brennan did.
0.
He takes 0.
Twice.
He takes 0 twice. He takes an extra 0.
He's double 0. Alright. You want to press on? Which one of you is taking the lead?
I guess I can just keep on going unless you want to try your luck, Eliza.
You didn't have to say it like that. But I can do it if you want. I feel like maybe it's pretty taxing. We should all try it at least once.
Ah, yes, we should all try staring into the void and see what happens to each of us. Ah, yes, enjoyable.
Alright, Eliza. As you take the lead and press on through the corridors, can you make a sanity check for me, please?
Try her best. Oh, okay. 42.
Yes.
You press on, realizing the stairs that took you up before are no longer there, or down. So you press on through a corridor and twists and turns around off to the left and the right, and lose 1 sanity for me.
Oof.
There just seems to be an endless sea of corridors.
Mark said that Roger knew the way.
Well,
He said this was like those 1920s hotels. They've got to have a telephone somewhere around here to call for service. Maybe it's in one of the rooms? Do we want to just start opening doors randomly?
Emmy,
Hmm?
you notice off to your right on the wall a series of framed black and white photographs. They portray an odd array of people staring into the camera with their faces looking rather blank. Each of these people is dressed in sort of 1930s garb. And they hold odd-shaped bottles of various designs.
Hmm.
A single name rides the lip of each photograph, written in ink with a steady hand, following A. Darabondi, E. Lisette,
What was the second one?
J. Linz. I'll put all these names in the chat, not to worry.
Okay.
E. Mosby, D. Carver, G. Topchick, H. Lundeen, and some others you don't recognise. The reasons these names in particular stand out is they are written in capitals. The last photograph shows a single dark bottle sitting on the floor, no one holding it. And they read around the lip the same way that the previous photographs did. R. Thoazath.
What? That.
What is it, Remmy?
And these are the bottles, correct?
Mm-hmm. So they're photographs of people holding them.
But the last one
Names,
is just a bottle, no one holding it.
Correct.
And it R Thoazath. Okay. That's. Wait. Wait. Why is my name written here? And who are these people?
Remmy, have you been here before?
I don't know. I mean,
What do you mean?
It's, the labyrinth.
yeah, exactly. That guy, what was his name? Mark. Yeah, he said he knew me.
What was
To
his
save him
last
from
name?
the labyrinth. Broke.
Is M. Roke on there? In any of the photographs?
Was it?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
I was
No.
okay. I was right. No. Not at all. I don't remember this place at all. I've never been here. Much like explore these halls. And who are these people? This was, and his clothing.
I'm gonna. Remmy, we should write the names down.
Yeah, that's
See
that's
if
a good
there's. Maybe we would get out here. We can maybe look into them and see who they were. These photographs, they're in black and white, but the quality of the film isn't degraded. These look fresh. These photographs look relatively new.
They do. But why? Everyone else is holding a bottle. Except for me. Like, apparently, according to these photos, everyone's holding a bottle. And the
Maybe
last
it's
one,
like Alice in Wonderland. Maybe you just gotta reach into the painting and grab it.
I was thinking maybe Remmy jumped out of the painting, but
Maybe Remmy had left before it was time to get his photo taken.
and when you say that, Remmy just kind of freezes up. And you just see his eyes looking dark between Desmond and Eliza and Kane, just just taking in every possibility, not even sure what is even going on in the moment.
Desmond?
That doesn't make any sense.
We found stairs, but when I was leading, I wasn't really thinking of anything, and we just took a bunch of twists and turns. I don't really know if that's anything, but maybe if we have a direction to go, these corridors will lead us that way.
Maybe so, but even then, I still think that finding Roger to guide us and give us a solid sense of direction. There's just so many questions. Let's try it out. Let's see if I'm gonna start walking, and I'm gonna think about Roger the help, bellboy to kind of guide us to our room that we need.
Sure. And as you leave, and Remmy, you take the photo down.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a near silent voice whisper to you. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. Can you make a sanity check for me, please?
Or Remmy.
That was comfy.
Yeah, a little bit of whispery ASMR.
A little bit of nightmare fuel.
ASMR alert for
Cool.
those listening.
29. Pass.
Yeah.
No problem. No sand loss there. I suppose you pocket the photo. And if you're leading
Really creeped out.
the group onwards, then Corporal Kane, can you make a sanity check for me, please?
Absolutely. Anything for you. What do I get here? I got a 22.
Nice.
You
Yes. I love critical successes on my sanity.
You get
You
to be the
proceed.
leader for the rest of this. It's fine.
you proceed onwards, and as you do, you start to hear the tinkling of the music box nearby, just around the bend.
God.
Can you also take one sanity loss for me, please?
Oh, okay.
It's up to you if you want to pursue the sound.
Yes. I will.
You round corner to see what could only be described as a clockwork child, a small figure, the head of a doll, made of brass. It was on like tracks instead of legs, and it rolls slowly and stops before you, and its mouth cracks open and shuts. It moves. It holds an invitation on its back, printed on what looks to be pressed vellum. It passes by you, and you all look enough to see that it's addressed to an Ian Frederick de Craig, prisoner 125101. If you all make, I was going to say an alertness roll, you'll probably read the rest of it before it crumbles past you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be a 46. Fail.
Nope.
66, that's a critical success.
Out of 60, 61.
Alright, everyone with successes of the kind. The note reads, "Join us at the palace, a masquerade to celebrate the new king. Come to dine, come to dance. Come." And behind you, you hear tut. Ugh. The voice sounds out behind you all.
Well,
They slowly turn around.
Yeah.
You see, standing before you, looks like a old man in his early 60s, maybe. Big, like glass bottle, bottom thick glasses on. Walks with a cane. He missed his chance. Always does. Henry Castagna. I'm the night manager.
Oh, you're the one Thomas mentioned.
Eh?
Thomas,
You've been smacked in the head, boy, you loopy.
Thomas, do you know a Thomas Manuel?
Oh! Hey, but you, come, and like his door, like he's, you know, sort of like you turn around and there's like the door that he's come out of that almost definitely wasn't there before. It is labelled like night manager, Henry Castagna, and then he goes, "Ah, you come in. I was about to have schnapps. And we talk."
Gladly. Could use a drink.
As you
With luck.
step on in to Henry's room, that is where we're going to end the session for this evening.